We're not the Quad City Sports Talk Radio Show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk Radio Show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Good afternoon, everybody. Live from the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish Network. This is Don't Hassle Us. We're local here on ESPN 93.5. All the same places, all the same faces right here. Jay-Bird, Serge, T-Roy, and Josh from Front Street Brewery. Sorry, Josh. Should have asked your name before we went on air, huh?
I did.
Oh. Well, I was over here messing with this stuff. So Josh is here today from Front Street. Brought us some beer. Brought us some food for a little taste time with T-Roy.
Yeah.
All right. So, Josh, tell us what you brought us, buddy, for the audience.
I brought you guys the Gaucho steak sandwich, which is one of our menu items, because not only do we have great beer, we also have great food.
Great food. You absolutely do. So, tell me what's on the Gaucho steak sandwich here so people that can't see can understand what I'm about ready to bite into.
It is a 6-ounce sirloin steak grilled to your liking. It comes with marinated and roasted Portobello, thank you. Can't think right.
It's all right.
Portobello's, Swiss cheese, and chimichurri on a ciabatta bun.
All right. Well, I'm going to sink my teeth into this. You guys ready? Everybody out there listening?
Yeah, we're
ready
ready.
for this?
Get a little. Oh, got it. How was it, buddy?
This is pretty good. This is really good. So let me ask. This sandwich, are you familiar with the cost on the menu? So if someone's going in, this on the side, it's going to be like $10.99, $8.99.
It is actually going to be $13.
That makes sense.
I'd pay
'cause
for
it's
it.
Steak. Yeah, I'd definitely pay for it.
It's worth it.
This is a really good sandwich. This is really, really good.
All of our bread is locally sourced. We get our cheeses locally sourced. Our burgers, some of our steaks are all locally sourced. So local farms, Cinnamon Ridge Farms is a big supplier for us. Mama Basso's, the pizza actually just got into doing bread, so they are making our bread for us.
Well, thank you to them. I'll tell you what, on the T-Roy scale from 1 to 10, Serge, I think that's
Yeah.
going to get a 9.5. 9.5. 9.5. I don't know. You guys are the first one, so I can't just give you a 10 out of the bat.
I'm glad, because then I'd feel like you were just...
Then you were just
change it later,
feeling,
don't
yeah.
worry.
Yeah.
No, this is outstanding. I'll tell you what. If you haven't been down to Front Street Brewery, you need to get down to 208 East River Drive. The tap room is in the Freight House complex. Can't get the food in the tap room, but I'll tell you what, this is outstanding. You guys, this is one of the best steak sandwiches I think I've ever had. So
That's very, very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So you gave it the 9.5 on the taste time with T-Roy?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We got a lot of stuff going on today.
Oh, boy,
And
I'm
I'll tell you
not
what,
going to lie.
It washes down well with an Oktoberfest, which this is it. You guys are down to the last of the Oktoberfest, right?
That's right. It's winding on down.
So, yeah, if there's Oktoberfest out there, everybody, it really – I know we have a little bit left at Pines. We got a keg. I don't know how much is left. But we have a keg of Oktoberfest up there, and get in there, drink it up, man, because this beer is going to be gone before you know it.
I believe it's Andy from the Natty's birthday today.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Andy.
Oh, Nate.
So Andy out there who's out on the Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment line, make sure to tell him happy birthday out there, everyone. I want to thank everyone for listening on ESPN 93.5. Also, make sure you can listen on your ESPN app, ESPN 93.5 KJOC app. Go ahead and download that on your Android or your iPhone. You can listen on your laptop or on your computer at ESPN935.com. Just click on the upper right-hand corner. It says Listen Now. And please go out and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Just look us up, QC space Hassle, Hassle. Follow us on Twitter at QC Hassle. Follow us on Facebook, same thing at QC Hassle. And on Instagram at QC_Hassle, Hassle. Yeah,
we got some stuff going on, Jay. I want to talk to him.
We've got.
Let the audience know about what's going on.
You're not going to talk to him for a while.
I know, but
Okay.
we got to tell them what's coming up.
All right, well, we've got a phone call coming in at 12:15. We've got Steve Manders, who's going to be at Wildwood Saloon for Hawkamania 6 this weekend. He's going to call in. I believe he's in Chicago now. I think he's coming in from Ohio. So he's going to talk to us for a little bit, which is nice. We have Cody coming in from BC Divide, talk a little bit of Iowa State. We also have Ken Jacoby from QC Sportsnet. They're the guys that give us all our streamlining that's going on with our high school sports around the Quad City area. And then we possibly have a phone call from a gentleman.
His name's John Ziegler.
His name is John Ziegler.
He's from Los Angeles. He works for the place called the Mediate.
Mediate. There we go.
Mediate.
I'm happy to.
Mediate, or however you pronounce that. Columnist. He's a talk show host out there in L.A., I'm assuming, from where he lives. He is taking the stance, just so everyone knows, I got into a little Twitter war here.
You talk to him. I've got to email him back right now. Okay. So you could.
But what's going on is we're going to talk to him. He is defending somehow of Jerry Sandusky,
which is a pretty popular opinion.
No, not. So I want to get to what I don't know exactly from his comments what he's defending. I don't know how you can defend anything, but I want to find out. I haven't, and it hasn't gotten nasty. I just asked him to come on and debate me. And I might have called him a coward, but that's all right. That was before I know he agreed to come on and debate me, so I'll have to apologize for calling him a coward. Which that's fine. It's going to be a very, very nice conversation, Jay. Jay's very worried, but I'm not, Jay, because I have something in my back pocket.
What's in your back? Is that a sandwich?
I wish, man. It was the steak sandwich. If I could carry this around all day with me, then nobody going to stop me, Serge.
Did you hit your streak, buddy?
I did.
All right.
How about those Texans, man, blowing up, Jay? Your boy, 5 touchdown passes last night, looking like the Deshaun Watson of old.
He looks good.
He did look really good. I'll tell you what, if you have Deshaun Watson in your fantasy team, you're doing well. You can't be upset with what's going on with that at all. So,
what was the bet?
I took the Texans -7, so easily covered that. I believe the score was 42-23. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excited about
one
that.
by 19.
Yeah, 1 by 19. So I have I'll have a hassle streak coming up going into the weekend. Serge, I think baseball starts again back up tonight, correct?
Yes, it does.
So I'll probably bet that. See what the over under is and see what the spread is, so that my prediction of a sweep can come true. And so Jay's busy emailing our friend back from the Mediate, however. We'll figure out how you say it when he gets on. But
He says here he's happy to come on, but if we're only doing this for 10 minutes, is it really? And then it's not really worth it. Where would people go to access a recording of this? I said I think we can go at least 25 minutes until 2. Our sponsors will understand. We're on Facebook Live. I'm giving him the link, and YouTube at the link, and then I will let him know that we will be on podcasts as well.
Yeah,
so,
I let him know that through Twitter. But all right,
we're going to talk to this guy for 25 minutes.
Probably not.
He's going to get mad when
Yeah.
I bring up the fact of anal rape, but he's not going to like that. Oh, I used my card out of my back pocket already. I mean, there's an eyewitness to this. An eyewitness who testified in court. So, I mean, it's kind of...
Well, there goes our Happy Friday.
It's not. We're having a Happy Friday, Jay.
Okay. Listen, we're going to... Again, the phone lines are in. We don't have a phone screener. If you do happen to call... we have to make sure it's lighting up, and if you do, keep the protocol to the best. Watch your swear words.
Yeah, no swear words, guys. Come
Don't
on.
yell at anybody. Be nice. Ask a question. Leave
are
a
you talking
comment.
to?
Move on.
I haven't swore yet.
I just said, who are you talking to?
It's people out there.
Oh, okay.
But
when they
we've
call
got
in, yeah.
Thursday Night Football also to go on. We've got, obviously, the high school stuff. A little bit of World Series preview to talk about.
We got our pick sixes.
We've got our NCAA pick sixes, our NFL pick sixes as well. Want to remind you guys that if you're looking for things to do this weekend, I wrote a little.
You did. I favorited it on everything.
Thanks. Thank you.
I did that for you, Jay.
I wrote a little thing for our ESPN935.com about the storm or Halloween parties to go to. Or
It's very important that you all check this out because there's something I found out about Jay Foster I didn't know, Serge.
What's that?
He is an artist. Look at this.
didn't
Hold
know
on a
that?
second. Oh, hold on.
he saw it. He saw it.
While Troy's pulling up this artwork here.
Yeah, they can't
should
see
be
that, my friend.
on the cameras.
Thank you for putting that on Facebook Live or whatever else. But go to ESPN935.com. You can see my artwork. I was just tired of pulling up Getty images. And
The dude
Jay,
is a.
your brother Chip.
yes.
He's
here
a
on the
cartoonist.
Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment thread lets us know that Front Street is releasing a chocolate peanut butter cup firkin today at 5 o'clock. Is that right?
That is correct, sir.
Ooh.
Oh, that's going on at 5 o'clock tonight?
Chocolate peanut butter firkin. Can I bring
What
a
kind
3-year-old in?
What kind of beer is it?
Stout, right?
Is it stout?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay. Not to start to put you on the spot, but that sounded really good too.
I'm always trapped in the kitchen. So.
Okay.
Well, you do a great job in there. So we've got things going on. Obviously, the Iowa game this weekend at Pints. We're going to have Bettenhausen's Hot Dog House there. Yeah. It's a hot dog cart, but it's really good. It's caught on all over.
It's going to be at Pints for the Iowa game?
Yes, it will.
Awesome.
They're down usually, I think 2 days a week they're down at K&K, and the other 2 days a week they're down at the Scott County Courthouse, but he's making a time to come in this Saturday.
Bettenheisen?
His last name, it's Gary Bettenhausen. His
Oh,
last
okay.
name is Bettenhausen, and that's
Okay.
Hot Dog House. So that's going to be there this weekend, and then don't forget, also we have
So what
Sunday.
time do you open up there on Saturday?
But he's going to be open by 2. It's a 2:30 kickoff. He'll be moving by 2 o'clock. I'm going to meet him up there this afternoon, actually, go over the logistics.
Do you know what kind of hot dogs he has on the menu, Jay? Any chance? Just,
Yeah, I can pull it up for you.
just for a fat guy that likes
if you
chili dogs.
If you like, but yeah, I put it in a link and in the article that I wrote, the little blog that I wrote, not the article, and pulled up look at the menu on there. But give me a second, I can pull it up for you, okay?
I'll tell you what. Do you like hot dogs?
I do.
Josh is the man of so many words.
Yeah, I mean, Josh.
Well,
Which like if you have a hot dog,
T-Roy's hungry. I try to be a little bit quiet too.
like if you have a hot dog, like I'll take mine plain with mustard. That's fine. But I love a chili dog. Hold the onions. I want cheese on it. I'll doctor it up too. Like if you want to throw some sauerkraut on my dog with maybe like a little bit of melted Monterey Jack or something
All right.
on there, I can do that too.
Let me
Like,
tell you what we got going on here. Let me tell you what the Melbatos is packing. His menu, obviously, it's a quarter-pound all-beef hot dog. And they've got a brat with sauerkraut and bow cheese mustard. There's a chili dog, no bean chili. There's a chili cheese dog. There's a bacon cheese dog. The house special is a Hawaiian dog or brat, sweet and spicy pineapple relish, bacon, and barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I'm in.
Mac and cheese dog with bacon, Chicago dog. All right, it's.
All right, we're getting called Don't Hassle Us, We're Hungry.
Well, yeah, but anyway,
Hey.
go to ESPN 93.5, read the blog.
You know what?
We're going to go to break. We're going to.
If you don't like food, you're not American, man.
Sports and food go hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going on to a lot more things than just sports going on here. And so let's go to a break. And when we come back, we'll have Steve Manders on the phone from getting ready for his SCW match on Saturday night at Wildwood Saloon.
All right, Quad Cities, quit calling us Don't Hassle Us, We're Hungry, because we're not going to tell you where to eat. We're going to tell you just to go to localsloveus.com or run around and grab yourself a guide. If you're hitting the guide, check out the table of contents, and they'll help you find what you're looking for. Or if you're on localsloveus.com, just click on the Quad Cities and then browse the favorites. It's easy to use, and they rank the most popular places for you. If you want a hot dog, obviously we know a place you can go there. Or if you want an awesome steak sandwich, go down to our friends at Front Street Brewery. That's our friends at Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, teaming up with Locals Love Us, your guide to the best.
You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, only on your Quad Cities ESPN 93.5.
What's your emergency?
There's someone in my house.
The dispatcher says a unit's on its way and will be there in a minute. That's an awfully long time when an intruder is in your house right now. What do you do?
Protect yourself. Davenport Guns not only teaches you how, but will supply you with the best equipment, expert training, indoor shooting range, and never an unprotected moment. Davenport Guns, just northeast of Dahl Ford.
Thank you.
Ask him if they're hearing that, or if they're hearing the radio.
Consider the storm battle the Peoria Rivermen in the second 74. As a special thank you, we have $2 domestic beer. That's right, $2 beer, and remember, every Friday we have $2 hot dogs. And kids, don't forget to wear your Halloween costumes. Trick or treat with the players on the ice after the game. Don't forget, all Ticketmaster fees are still waived. Get your tickets now at QuadCityStorm.com.
Storm damage can hit anyone, anywhere, but your window to file an insurance claim is limited. Call all major restorations in the Quad Cities. After all, insurance companies have someone working for them who's working for you.
see what this ding dong says.
Well, now I can't hear anything.
I turned it to 2. 1 is the main thing that everything's going on up here. Okay. We're coming back. I needed to call. I gotta buy some time. It's gone.
Center will once again be transformed into the world's largest man cave with dozens of exhibitors, demonstrations, and activities. Drive a NASCAR simulator from Roland Racing Systems, see a 60s pinup contest, or win your very own man cave. It's cooler than a car show, better than a trade show. The 3rd annual Weebler's Harley-Davidson Man Show, powered by WHBF.
Get them all with McGrath.
This commercial contains frightening sound effects. Do not turn out the lights. This is Halloween Moonlight Madness. Monster markdowns at the McGrath family of dealerships on over 4,000 vehicles now through Saturday night. We're carving up prices like a jack-o'-lantern. Savings up to $13,000 off MSRP. Used car.
Hello? Steve? Hello, Steve? Steve?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? We're going to be back from commercial in just a second. Hold on, okay? Uh-oh. I think he just hung up.
New and used vehicles. All McGrath family of dealerships locations in Cedar Rapids, Hiawatha, Marion, Coralville, Dubuque, and Davenport. And online, McGrathAuto.com.
ESPN 93.5 is KJOC Bettendorf, Quad Cities, from the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studio.
Welcome back to the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish Network. This is Don't Hassle It's. We're local here on ESPN 93.5. We're waiting momentarily. We're having a little problem with the phone line.
I had him.
Yeah, we had Steve Manders on. He just dropped the call, so he might be in a bad spot. So hopefully, Steve's coming right back here shortly.
The problem is I don't have my phone to message him or anything like that, so I have to keep my eye on the phone call. Try to reach out on Twitter. So, all right, we have.
So Steve's coming on. He's going to be part of the SCW event this weekend, tomorrow night in Iowa City at the Wildwood Saloon. Is that
Barbecue and Saloon.
Yeah, Wildwood Barbecue and Saloon. Big thing, Pat Anger is going to be there doing a guest MC. Fun-filled event.
Our friend Merrick, obviously, who's been on the show before, he'll be there putting on the show, and they do a great job. So last night, though, the game, you won the hassle streak. You're going.
Yeah, I'm going. I mean, I watched pretty much the majority of that game. I don't think I'd change it until it got to be 42-23. Sometime in the mid fourth quarter, I kind of left it there and went to watch other things. But I mean, they looked great. The Dolphins have a lot of injury issues right now. I don't think this is, they started out hot. I don't think they're a bad team, but I mean, they're reeling at offensive line, receivers. Obviously they have two of their top receivers hurt. They got Devontae Parker back, who looked great. So they have the weapons in place. I think they have the running game. I mean, they're just a matter of getting healthy, and they did have some injuries on defense too. They're a matter of getting healthy and coming back. But, yeah, that defense last night, I mean, there was nothing they could really do against Deshaun Watson. So,
no,
I mean,
Jay, who did Tiff take in her survivor pool?
Packers in one, New England in another. Those are both pretty.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not Packers. Sorry. No, New England in one, and I can't remember in the other.
Okay.
I really can't.
I almost took Houston last night, but I held off. Took the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think she took the Chiefs. I think that's what it was. It was one that I told her she wouldn't be worried. She shouldn't have to worry too much.
Chiefs over Broncos is my survivor pick of the week.
Yeah. So, anyway, the other thing we got, World Series going on to Dodgers tonight. Obviously, the Dodgers need to. Well,
here's the deal: the Dodgers have to win this game. I don't know what are they? I mean, Jay, what do they say? Like, if you go down 3-0 only one other team in history has come back from 3-0, and that's the Red Sox from
that was in the
3-0 with the
ALCS.
Yankees. And that's
that wasn't
ALCS.
even in the World Series.
Right.
Well, the other thing is this: what are they going to do with JD Martinez? He's got a bummed ankle. They don't know, put him in right field and they put Mookie Betts at second. That's what they're talking about, but that's hurting their defense. The other thing is if they sit JD Martinez, they go from averaging 5.3 runs a game to 3.8. So do the math. That's a whole run and a half difference without JD Martinez in their lineup this season. So that's
why don't they put him at first?
I think they're going to do the whole let him come in and pinch hit and pull it. He's going to pull his own Gibby in Dodger Stadium.
They're going to win the game no matter what.
What? What do you mean no matter what? Walker Buehler? Buehler.
I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
The Red Sox are just too good.
They are. Man, they are just stacked top to bottom offensively. But there's nothing the Dodgers
I mean,
can do.
seriously, I'm glad the Cubs
let's
didn't
try to
make
do
it.
this.
The Cubs would have got beat.
You ready?
Gonna try this again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's give it a whirl.
All right.
Steve Manders, welcome to Don't Hassle Us or Local. How's it going, buddy?
How's it going? Pretty good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you're live on the air right now, Steve. I don't know how our phone call dropped when we were on commercial break, so I know when we did this on the podcast forum last time, we kind of just dropped it on you right away and we went straight to the interview. We didn't know we were on the air, but yeah, we are currently on the air on ESPN 93.5 here in the Quad Cities. Where are you at now, Steve?
Right now, I am driving somewhere in Indiana, heading to AAW for Chicago. Should be fun.
You're going to Chicago, or you're going? Where are you coming from? Where are you stationed now? Not stationed. Where are you living now?
So I moved in the Dayton, Cincinnati area in August.
Okay.
Just to wrestle more. So yeah, we're making this happen. So pretty excited about it.
That's good. I've reached out to some of your former teammates out there, the guys from Washed Up Walk-Ons, their podcast.
Oh yeah, it's a good podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great podcast, and they're actually going to. I'm going to talk to them over the weekend. I've got something working with those guys, with Tyler. But he said I can't repeat what he wrote to me, but he said you're effing awesome, and everything that you're doing is great. And he really wishes he could be there in Iowa City on Saturday night, but he's not going to be there.
Yeah. I would love to see Tyler Kluwer, Kevin Ward, and Drake Kulik, but there's always another time.
That's right. So tonight you're going to be in Chicago wrestling for, say that again, AAW?
Yep, AAW.
Okay, and who are you wrestling tonight?
I don't know yet, so we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not gonna let me know yet. So
you're wrestling the guy that's gonna lose. That's who you're wrestling.
Yeah, I like that. They're gonna get swarmed on, so we'll see.
Love it.
For those who don't know your story, Steve, let's take it from the beginning. You played for the University of Iowa Hawkeyes. We all know that here in the Quad Cities. But how did you get involved in professional wrestling? I believe it was with the Black and Brave Wrestling Academy. Yes.
Yes. So there's a guy, a former Iowa Hawkeye, Big E, Tori Ewan. He's in the WWE now. He's with the New Day. He was the one that kind of created the idea that, hey, if you really want to be a wrestler, there's a school called Black and the Brave, which is in Davenport, Iowa, trained by Seth Rollins and Merrick Brave. So that's kind of where it happened. I was like, you know what, we're going to do it. I'm a doer, so that's kind of how it happened.
And so you came down here to the Quad Cities and did that, and you've wrestled for SCW. And how did you expand when you decided to make the move to August? How did you get in touch with the people in the Dayton area and decide to move there?
Obviously, in wrestling, you have to travel in order to make it, or try to attempt to make it. And it's crazy. It's kind of like business and everyday life. You know, you make friends, you network, and people are from certain places. And I met a group of people that are from that area, the Cincinnati area, and they were like, "What do you think about?" We run weekly shows. 2 hours down the road is Louisville. Sunday shows in Lexington, Kentucky, or Detroit, Michigan, and, stuff like that. So I was kind of like, why not? And
well, you're dealing with populations that are much larger, obviously, than here. So, I mean, what kind of crowds are you encountering at these shows?
Wednesday night was pretty cool. There was like 300 people, so that was cool. It was nuts. Yeah, it was fun. I think tonight there'll probably be like 800 people. I would say it's a pretty big show.
Now, I met you out at the Walcott Coliseum, which obviously I don't know if they could even hold 800 out there if they tried, but it is a cool place to do it. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. I love Walcott. Walcott's a great time. I think the most they've ever had was, I could be wrong here. This is what Merrick's told me. Maybe about 400 people when they brought Big Van Vader.
Mm.
So, yeah.
What's the name of
A
the
lot
circuit?
People.
The one tonight? It's AAW, right?
AAW, yep.
Okay. Yeah. So around here, obviously, you work as a baby face, if they have that, if you consider that anymore. But in Dayton,
good guy, yeah.
Yeah, but in Dayton, do you get booed a lot? Being, I mean, a lot of the thing you do is the swarm, and you wear your. Do you still wear your Iowa Letterman's jacket in Dayton, or do you use a different type of entrance?
No, I still wear everything.
Love it.
All my stuff is probably a little more upgraded a little bit, just trying to level up and everything. No, it's funny. But like I'd say 90, maybe 95% of the time I'm wrestling, I am always a baby face.
Really?
It's wild. Yeah, it's wild. So I don't know how to explain that.
Maybe it's your face.
Maybe it's my face.
So this weekend in Iowa City, Hawkamania 6, which is a great time. I was there last year in October of last year. And you're going to wrestle Braden McBride for the QC Cup on a non-disqualification match, right?
Braden McBride, yeah.
Now, keep in mind, Braden McBride is probably about I don't know, is he as tall as you? Maybe a little bit shorter than you, but he doesn't weigh as much as you. But so the non-disqualification.
Like 6'2".
He what?
Like 6'2".
Okay.
He's taller than me, but he's probably maybe $170 soaking wet.
Yeah. And so the non-disqualification would probably be to the advantage of Braden then, because he can get away with not your traditional wrestling. He can use some foreign objects.
Or help, because he's going to need it, right?
He's definitely going to need it. I don't know if that helps him because, I can get a little down dirty too. So,
so you got a mean cartwheel.
Yeah, I got a mean cartwheel.
Yeah, we're playing a video of you right now in the background. Now, do you still hold a belt in SCW, or
it's the cup?
Or the cup?
Braden got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
So
yeah, Braden used one of his ring ladies. So
if you call her a lady, that's a loose term, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what happened there.
It's got to be.
He's just a cheater. So
yeah, and he's and also a guest appearance from the guys from around here, and he lives this area. But making a guest appearance as the MC is going to be Pat Anger, so that's got to be fun too to have that in there. I mean, you're going back to Iowa City. You're going to be there, former Hawkeye. Pat Anger is going to be there, former Hawkeye. That's got to be a lot of fun to be in Wildwood and be in Iowa City.
Yeah, I'm super stoked and excited. I haven't seen Pat in a while. Obviously, I don't have to say anything about how all his accolades of Pat Anger, but it's the Pat Anger. So,
well, yeah,
yeah.
Do you know that he is the greatest banker in the Quad Cities now?
Really?
Yep, he's been given that title. I don't know by who, but he got the title.
It's just his nickname now. Is just the banker.
I'd be kind of scared to claim that.
Yeah, well, he doesn't look like it, but he's great with numbers. They say.
It's gonna be fun to have him as the guest MC. Pat's he sometimes he can go.
He's a funny dude.
He can go rogue and go and have some choice words. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's a character.
Yeah,
he fits wrestling. I feel like so.
He does, and I know that I talked to him last week. We had him in Merrick in studio, and because the time just a little bit late and driving back, his boys aren't going to be able to go. And he said they're going to be upset that they're not going to make it. But
oh jeez.
Yeah, but I'm going to head up there. I don't know what we talked about. I said I'd like to interview you for a blog that we're going to do afterwards, so either before or after. What do you think works best for you?
I think before would work.
Okay.
I'm totally okay with that.
I'll get up there.
I'm going to try to come too.
Game.
I'll probably take off.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm going to take off probably right after the Quad Cities, right after the Iowa beats Penn State. I'm going to probably head up right after that.
I got to talk my sister-in-law into letting my nephews drive with me to Iowa City to drink beer and watch wrestling. I think I can pull it off, though.
I think you can pull it off.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, We don't want to take too much of your time. You're traveling.
Yeah.
We want you to focus on what's going on in your travels and make sure you get to Chicago safe, and definitely make sure you get to get to Iowa City safe. What are your predictions for tomorrow's game, Iowa versus Penn State?
At Penn State, the rowdy crowd. I've been there before. It's nuts. I got the Hawks, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say Noah Fant, TJ Hawkinson, Nate Stanley. It's going to be a field day. So
Love it.
I love where your head's at.
All right, Steve. Guys, go out there and follow Steve on Twitter at @OneCalledManders, and make sure to follow him and build him up. Let's get him going to other promotions out there outside just the ones in the Dayton area, and like you said, Detroit, Michigan, Lexington, Kentucky, and also here in SCW. Make sure to, if you're in the area in Iowa City, make sure you go out to Wildwood Saloon on Saturday night. I believe it starts at 7:30, Steve?
Yes, sir, 7:30.
Okay, I will see you Saturday night, Steve. Safe travels. Thank you so much for calling in. We will talk to you again real soon.
See you, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
You got it. Talk to you soon, man. Yep, bye.
See you. Talk soon. Bye.
All right. That was great, man.
Good job, Jay.
Thanks.
Jay, you made the phone line work like Lord of the Board, man. I mean, it's not just a nickname, dude.
Now we got this
It's a
guy.
lifestyle.
I got this guy, all right, who wants to call in.
What guy?
Your guy, John, yeah. But he says, call me at this and send out a tweet previewing this and tag me. I can't exactly call him. I don't have a phone to call him, and I don't want this guy to go, well.
It's live on ESPN, so tell him, well, you have to
gave
call
him,
us.
I gave him all the call letters and everything else. I'll ask him again, say, hey, can you just give us a call? We'll punch you through, all right? But we're going to have to tweet it out, and that's fine. We will tweet it out. I'll make sure we do this.
Yeah, we'll tweet it out.
He wants to send out a tweet previewing this and tag me. He wants to make sure he's involved in this.
Okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, this is not for another hour when T-Roy goes rogue and
I'm not going to
we
go
get
rogue.
fired.
I'm not going to get fired. How can I get fired for bringing up
T-Roy's
facts
going
from
to threaten
it?
to open hand slap the guy.
I'm not.
We're going to go
here by
viral
myself
here.
on Monday.
Anyway. All right, we're going to go to break. I have all the faith that you can hold yourself. You can contain your
hold
anger.
myself.
I have all the faith in you. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to have Cody Peck from BC Divide.
That's right. Front Street Brewery, guys. We just had him in the studio with an awesome sandwich and some great Oktoberfest. They are the oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa, and it's nestled beautifully along the banks of the mighty Mississippi, right there in downtown Davenport since 1992. They have so many awesome beers on tap, such as their Davenport Gold, a satisfying American Ale, Wise Guy, their take on an instantly recognizable German wheat, or the Raging River, an English-inspired American IPA. Check out their Facebook for food and drink specials. Also, visit their webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. The restaurant is located at 208 East River Drive, and the tap room is in the Freight House Complex just down the road. Once again, that's our friends at Front Street Brewery.
You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, only on your Quad Cities, ESPN 93.5.
Wow, someone went shopping.
Yes, it's final take clearance at JCPenney.
Is that why you're dancing?
I mean, I got an extra 50% off clearance items already reduced up to 60% off. Yeah.
I'd dance too if I saved like that.
By the way, can you dance your way to the car? I got more bags.
Only if you take me to JCPenney. It's final take clearance at JCPenney. Hurry in for an extra 50% off clearance items already reduced up to 60% off. In store only, JCPenney. Style and value for all. Offer valid 10/14 to 11/3. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Did you know Bruce's Furniture has 4 floors, 2 buildings, and over 25,000 square foot of inventory in stock for immediate delivery? Did you know Bruce's is a locally owned and operated business for 27 years with great low prices? Visit Bruce's new and used furniture.com to see the many manufacturers to choose from. Did you know they deliver and set up from their family to yours? Bruce's new and used furniture across from the Call Ballroom, 935 West 4th Street, Davenport.
Thank you, Storm fans, for making opening night incredible. This Friday at the TaxSlayer Center, the Storm battled the Peoria Rivermen in the second battle of the Cold War on 74. As a special thank you, we have $2 domestic beer. That's right, $2 beer, and remember, every Friday we have $2 hot dogs. And kids, don't forget to wear your Halloween costumes. Trick or treat with the players on the ice after the game. Don't forget, all Ticketmaster fees are still waived. Get your tickets now at QuadCityStorm.com.
Get them all with McGrath.
This commercial contains frightening sound effects. Do not turn out the lights. This is Halloween Moonlight Madness. Monster markdowns at the McGrath family of dealerships on over 4,000 vehicles now through Saturday night. We're carving up prices like a jack-o'-lantern. Savings up to $13,000 off MSRP. Used cars from $39.95. Payments from $99 a month. Iowa's biggest savings at all 11 locations. Lucky 13 franchises. Unbelievable bargains. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Open late Saturday night. Think you don't have a ghost of a chance because of credit problems? We work hard to get credit for every boy and ghoul. Halloween Moonlight Madness ends Saturday night. And yes, we're open late. Over 4,000 new and used vehicles. All McGrath family of dealerships locations in Cedar Rapids, Hiawatha, Marion, Coralville, Dubuque, and Davenport. And online, McGrathAuto.com.
Listen up, Quad Cities. What if you could gather all the best man stuff into one place? November 9th to the 11th, the QCCA Expo Center will once again be transformed into the world's largest man cave with dozens of exhibitors, demonstrations, and activities. Drive a NASCAR simulator from Roland Racing Systems. See a 60s pinup contest or win your very own man cave. It's cooler than a car show, better than a trade show. The 3rd annual Weebler's Harley Davidson Man Show, powered by WHBF.
ESPN 93.5 is KJOC Bettendorf Quad Cities from the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studio.
Welcome back to the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish Network. This is Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, here on ESPN 93.5. In the studio, our friend from BC Divide and Hawkeye Heaven, Cody Peck. Cody, welcome back to the show, sir.
Hello, guys. Happy Friday.
Yeah. What's this hat you're wearing? What's going on?
This is a CU hat, Colorado Buffaloes
Buffs,
hat.
man.
What are you doing? I know. What are you doing? That's
It was my wife's from Colorado, and it was
All
my
right.
team.
I'll forgive you.
I was awfully young. I was a big Buffs fan. Cordell Stewart days.
Oh, the
Slash.
94, the Hail Mary to Michael Westbrook against Michigan.
That's right. Epic
Yeah.
game.
The one Steelers jersey I ever had was a Slash jersey.
Was it?
Oh,
I
yeah.
like it. I like it.
Stan Severn's
Cord-
a big fan of Slash.
Cordell, he is or isn't?
He's not.
No. He was the starting quarterback for the Bears the day Rex Grossman made his debut against the Minnesota Vikings.
It's a pretty good memory.
I was at the game.
Were you?
Yep.
Nice.
Got to see Peanut Tillman, who I did not like at the time.
How not?
It was young, and he used to blow coverage a lot.
Oh.
It was before the
God,
Peanut.
I thought he just started out great.
No, the Peanut Punch came, and then everybody fell in love with him, as did I. But no, I saw Peanut take the would-be game-winning touchdown out of Randy Moss's hands right in front of us in the end zone. Then the Bears went on to win.
Pretty epic game.
Yeah.
All right. So, so Cody, we were talking off the air.
Yeah.
Baby Watch. How's it going?
It's going good. Like I mentioned to you guys off air, it's one of those things where every little thing that happens or she feels, a 10 or 15 minute long contraction last night had me on the edge of my seat. It's one of those things. When the time comes, but I just don't know which time it's going to be, and so it keeps me hanging. I'm nervous.
It's all right. Hang in there, soon-to-be dad.
What's
you know what? I
what's
was
the due
nervous
date
as
again?
hell, too.
November 5th.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, so we're 38 weeks, be 39 weeks this Sunday.
Yeah,
So-
ours originally due date was November 11th. We had her on October 28th. So
Yeah? First one?
yeah, first one
Yeah.
when we had her. So it was 3 years ago on Sunday. So
It's crazy.
yeah, you'll
Goes
love
by
it, man.
quick, huh?
They're a joy, dude. They are a joy until they get to be 3.
Yeah.
No, I'm teasing. No, she really sucks. No, I mean, I love my baby.
Depends
girl.
on the day.
They were actually. We have such a busy show today. They have a thing called fall break now.
Yeah.
And so my kids don't have school on today or Monday. I actually was going to have them on the air today.
Oh, that'd been great.
We're so busy. Well, not with the language that's been going on out of your mouth during commercial breaks.
Hey,
I'm
if
kinda
the
fine.
kids have been here,
But-
Jay, you know I can control myself.
But
I'll tell you what, his daughter, is the female him.
Is she?
Yeah.
she's a little smart butt.
Uh-oh.
She's funny. She makes me laugh.
So I think Monday we'll try to get him in for a little
There you
bit.
go.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So all right, Iowa State.
Yeah.
Guys are looking good.
Yeah, I mean it's an exciting time. I mentioned last week on the bye week, this Texas Tech game is a huge game for this team. Texas Tech's 5-1 coming into this game, or 5-2. I believe they have losses to TCU and Ole Miss. No, they beat TCU. Would have been, I don't know who their second loss was to, but anyways, they made a quarterback change from Bowman to a gentleman named Jet Duffy at halftime 2 games ago, and the guys put up 900 total yards of offense. Between rushing and passing yards. So it's a different offense than Iowa State's used to seeing. It's a mobile quarterback. It'll be similar to the Kyler Murray in the OU game when Iowa State played them guys at home as well. It's a big opportunity for Iowa State on Saturday to get back above 500 for the season.
I saw a nice thing. It was ESPN or Sports Illustrated. I can't remember. I read it before I came in today. It was comparing Purdy to the early stages of Colt McCoy.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, he's a heck of a ball player. He's mobile. He has pinpoint accuracy, and the bigger thing for him, I think, is for Brock coming from a big 6A school down in Arizona, is he doesn't really let the lights and the glamour. Not that it's a huge attraction in Ames, but a Saturday night game of the week on Fox last week or 2 weeks ago now, I guess. That's a big situation for a freshman to be in, and he didn't let it faze him one bit.
So we're looking at Iowa State here. They're favored by 5.5. I don't know. That seems to be a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's gone. I saw it down to 3, 3.5 at times this week. I think obviously a lot of the sharp money is coming in on Iowa State late. The same thing is going to happen on Iowa. So it'll be interesting to see what takes place between now and tomorrow. But 5 points is one of those things. Iowa State has struggled with day games at times. It's easy to bring the energy level for nighttime kickoffs. So it'll be interesting to see whether which team can get off to a fast start tomorrow. I think it's going to be ultimately who ends up winning the game.
Yeah, 11 o'clock kickoff time there in Ames. Going to be the first one you missed this year. We covered that last week with Baby What You Gotta Do It. It's going to be on ESPN2 on DirecTV channel 209. Like you said, it just opened up at 4.5, has dipped down and has moved all the way to 5.5 now. The over-under's at 57. That's typical of a Big 12 game?
Yeah, I would say typical, if not a little low. Low 60s is where I thought it would come out at. But Iowa State defensively, they're holding teams at 22.6 points per game this season. And Texas Tech obviously gives up a little bit more than that. But I think 57, 58-ish is a fair number for the line on the game.
All right, and, let's just cut to the chase.
Yeah, prediction-wise, I'm projecting Iowa State to win 21-17 tomorrow morning, and then turn things over to KU. Travel down to Lawrence next week. I do want to mention real quick that there's a Iowa State football watch party tomorrow morning at the Sky Bar in Davenport for any Iowa State Cyclone football fans in the area that want to come watch the game with us.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So you put together a little watch party, huh?
Well, there's been something. A gentleman named Travis Sullivan has been doing the work here in the Quad Cities.
See what's going on here now. Now that you can't go, now you're all these other weeks you kind of kept to your own. But now that you have to be close to home, you're organizing some get-togethers.
No,
here.
I'm just attending. This is something that's been organized for quite some time. So they do game watch parties each week, whether the game's home or away. I just obviously haven't had a chance to go to one yet because I prefer to go to the game if I can.
Mm-hmm. At the Sky Bar in downtown Davenport.
Sky Bar, yep, tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. Yep.
So one on the roof, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Nice.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I've been up there before.
It
feels like it's moving, too, when you're up there.
Does it?
A little bit.
I don't think they'll be outside. It's not going to matter.
How do you know? Maybe they're playing bags up there.
It'd be nice. You and 11 of your friends can get together and watch the game tomorrow. It'll be fun. It'll be fun for you guys.
All 10 of them. Yeah.
Jay Foster. That was a mean thing to say.
Oh, you're all friends. So outside of the college football,
yep,
you got a nice sweatshirt on.
I do. I meant to give these guys a shout-out last week when I was on here. The coaching staff blew me up on Twitter. My alma mater, as they say, or high school that I went to, was the Benton Community Bobcats over in Van Horn, Iowa. And they have a playoff game tonight, an opportunity to win a playoff game for the first time since 1990 against Greene County. So it's a big game.
Jay was a freshman.
Was he?
But, yeah, fall 1990, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So what else? I know you also have covered, or you worked for. I know Ankeny in the Ankeny. Is it Ankeny or Ankeny Centennial?
The old jersey.
Look at that.
You have the old jersey and everything, huh?
Hold it up again. You're on air with that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just so you know, it's authentic too.
So what number was your brother? 65 then?
I was 56. He was 55.
Looks like straight up out of the movies.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It is good.
No, funny story, and I told the coaching staff I wouldn't make this about my senior season.
Do it.
But, I got to. I'm
Yeah.
like Uncle Rico here.
Yeah.
We went 8-1 my senior season.
Why'd you got to come here and ruin everybody's life?
Throw it over the mountain. We went 8-1 my senior season at Benton. Beat the eventual runner-up at state, Mount Vernon, lost to South Tama, finished in a 3-way tie. So I just want to say I'm absolutely relieved that the Iowa High School Athletic Association has finally done something to get the right teams into the playoffs. Because it's been frustrating me on my mind since 15 years ago now when I graduated high school, and it just torqued me off to see teams that were 5-5 or 6-4 getting into the playoffs over a district champion was frustrating. So it's good to see things changes have been made.
Yeah.
Bobcats, huh?
The Bobcats. Yeah.
What sound does that make?
Nailed it.
He's totally a Bobcat.
Yeah, he is.
You had some requests out there.
Yeah,
for
okay, yeah.
And you got to watch out for Mount Vernon, man. There's some crazy people coming out of there.
Matt Kroll was the big stud my senior year. So
they're the Mustangs, right?
They are the Mustangs. Yep.
Yeah.
So in the CIML, what are you looking at there? Are you guys covering anything out there?
We do a little bit. So as you mentioned, I did some coaching at Ankeny Centennial before moving over here. I moved from Ankeny Centennial to Sadell, then we moved over here. But Centennial, they're obviously the number one team in the state. It's a tough school. It's going to be tough from, Bettendorf, I think, would be the only team from this side of the state that would, potentially meet them. I don't know how the breakdowns will be after this first round, whether they're going to cross paths earlier in the playoffs or whether they'll not meet until the semifinals or finals.
Who's that?
So Centennial,
yeah.
The Valleys, the Dowlings of the world.
Won't be till semis.
Well, yeah. So I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest with you, but I think Bettendorf will be there.
Well, the A and B, there's the A bracket, B bracket, C and D, and they're matched up with, if they both win, City West and Bettendorf are the 4 and 5, and you have your one, and it kind of just worked out by actual how the RPI went out. So, but they're trying to keep it geographically until the semis. I understand that.
It makes sense.
Yep. From there, with Ankeny, Valley's got the 1. No, Valley's got the 2. Sorry.
Yeah,
Ankeny Centennial's got the 1.
Yep.
So with them having the 1, and if Bettendorf were to make the semis to get past West, the RPI, it probably would be that they would be facing them in the semis.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Got some questions out there in the Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment thread here. First of all, was there a neck roll under that jersy?
There was no neck
roll.
roll.
No neck roll.
No neck roll.
Oh.
Thankfully, I have plenty of neck on the front.
I had a big old neck roll. Made my.
Did you really?
When I weighed about $165, but I looked like I was 220 with that neck roll on.
Yeah.
But, the other question was from Austin Hermson. Said, "Why did you guys lose that one game?"
Man. It's,
you got your own
Austin
hassler.
Yep. So we did. We lost the one game. I had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the 2-yard line as we were going into the end
Cody.
zone. Lost the temper a little bit. Our running back fumbled a bunch that game, and then we had a couple interceptions. So it was an all-around.
I feel like I got set up there.
You did.
Whoa. So you got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the 2-yard line?
Yeah, 14-7 was the final score against South Tama.
What did you do?
I knocked a kid out of the back of the end zone after the play.
Was Wes Hand on that South Tama team?
No, it would have been Paul Bradley.
Okay. What did you do again? You knocked a kid what?
Just driving a guy till the end of the whistle. I played center for Benton, so just driving to the back of the end zone. Then the whistle was blown. I didn't hear it. It just pancaked the guy.
You're coached to go till you hear the whistle, huh?
Right,
but you didn't hear it.
No, I didn't.
That didn't work out. The referees didn't believe you.
Wife still complains about my hearing these days. So, yep.
I think that's every wife in America.
Right?
Yeah.
Well.
Trust me.
Trust you?
Selective hearing.
She hates my hearing.
What are you looking at still? I mean, I know it's off a bye week, but we talked about Camping World. Are you seeing any projections that are anything outside of that for Iowa State going forward?
I haven't. No. Camping World would be huge for Iowa State. It's going to depend on how things shake down in the Big 12 standings. Texas obviously still undefeated in the conference. They're going to need to get a loss. Iowa State still has a chance to win the conference. I think it's pretty far-fetched happening. They'd have to have some things go their way, but the bowl always depends on where they finish in the Big 12 for sure.
All right. Well, best of luck with everything. Thanks for coming in.
You bet.
We appreciate
I love
your
that
time.
you brought the jersey, man. Hold that up again for everybody that's watching on Facebook Live. That's pretty badass. That's awesome right there.
Are you pulling? You know what? Are you pulling for anyone in the World Series? I got more questions. Don't leave yet. I got.
Why are you kicking people off the show?
I'm not.
World Series wise, I'm a National League guy, Cardinals fan, obviously. So I'm going for the Dodgers. I just think it's a wrap. I mean, I was listening to you guys earlier.
You got dropped in your head a lot, huh? As a kid.
Packers too.
Oh my God, Serge.
Yep.
All right, I'm just
all the
Cody.
opposites. No, I think it's over. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Boston just comes in. Their bats are incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to slow that team down offensively.
Well, they're good defensively too.
They are.
That's the
They
thing.
are.
They're just playing flawlessly right now. It's
All right. So, and then this weekend's game, is it disrespectful to the Packers and Aaron Rodgers to give him his biggest point spread ever in his career? I mean, someone's got to have it. Right?
I mean, it's a slap in the face, but let's be honest. I mean, I don't think Green Bay is going to be able to slow this team down as much as I want them to be. Or want him to be.
Aaron can't play defense.
No, he can't. You're right.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. Like, really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I just mean defensively, they're going to have trouble stopping Gurley, Goff, and then Kupp. I mean, that's a pretty tough trio right there.
Back to the Cardinals. Do you want them to sign Harper?
No, I'm not a Bryce Harper guy. I'm really not.
Jay loves him.
Do you?
Oh yeah,
hurts, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Jay would hold his hand and guide him all over
I'd
the
be
Quad
his bat
Cities.
boy.
Yeah.
Better stop there.
Not in any weird way, but it sounded that way.
It certainly did.
And then, so I've asked everybody this, other guests, Halloween plans.
Wife has a shirt that's a pumpkin on the belly. I have none right now. I might throw the old jersey on and the helmet on, stand out in the driveway, I guess, and hand out candy. But
so you guys aren't going to any
No.
Halloween parties on Saturday or anything
no
like that?
No parties, no. With a pregnant wife, man, I mean, I tried getting her to go to the haunted house, and she's like, they won't allow me to go. Allow her to
You come over to my house. You can drink.
Okay.
And
Sit in
she
the
can,
driveway.
and we got a nice comfy chair for her.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll hang out, and then you can watch a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old run around, so you know what you got to expect.
There you go.
Oh yeah, no,
See, it's perfect.
no,
Good
that's-
practice.
That's not. You don't want to.
Well,
do
what
that.
I'm saying is, if you watch that, then it's going to help you for like the birth control later. You're going to be like,
believe it.
no, I don't want another one.
One and done.
He'll find that out on his own.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, man. She pulled the other day on me. The old,
What?
Oh, do you think Hazel would? He should get lonely. You think maybe she needs a little brother or a little sister? I looked at her. Are you serious right now?
No.
Don't worry.
She gets lonely.
Don't worry. Hazel acted up immediately afterwards.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Right on cue.
That's awesome.
That's and again we talk about things like that. What happens once you have one, then it's when you guys gonna have another one. And
We're trying to plan my life, other person out there.
I right away. I think by the time we knew we were gonna have a second one, I got the advice of remember that once you go from 2 to 3, it's not. It's completely different going from man to man to zone, which is right.
Yeah.
And then when my wife said, "Hey, should we have another one?" I calmly just walked her up the stairs to our daughter's room, and there's her table. And I said, "You tell me how many sides are to that table." And she said 4. I said, "How many chairs are there?" And she said 4. And I said, "Kind of works, doesn't it?"
Nice.
And she said, "Well, get a bigger table." And I said, "Well, who has to ride alone on the roller coaster when we go to amusement parks? When there's 5, it'll be me." So I don't want to do that. So we're stuck at 4. We're at 2
I'll
kids,
go with
but
you,
4 of
Jay.
us.
You'll never have to ride alone when I'm on.
Yeah. Anyway,
See, I'll come, and then Amy and Hazel going to be on one side. You and me can hold hands in the front.
Yeah.
No?
Well, we'll stay in touch with you, Cody, and
Okay,
make
sounds
sure
good.
everything's
Good
going
luck to
well.
your Cyclones, brother.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
We'll talk to you hopefully next week.
Yep. Sounds like a plan, guys.
Yep.
Thanks.
You want to play some? Yeah, it's time. It's that time of. Yeah. When that's going around, you know what's happening. That's right. It's time for our Hassle Street Bet. Because every day we take a look at the gambling lines, put in our Hassle Street bets. You can too. Get in on the gambling action yourself. Go to mybookie.com to start your account and place your own bets. They've been in business for years, have excellent reviews online. Their mobile site's easy to use. Plus, you can even bet the over-under on how many fantasy points a player scores each game. So lay down some cash and win big today. You win, they pay. That's the MyBookie way. Right now, they're matching deposits dollar for dollar. So check out mybookie.com. And don't forget to use our promo code QCHassle when creating your account to activate the bonus. You play, you win, you get paid with MyBookie. All right, so what did we figure out, boys?
Jay? Yeah.
What is the actual spread then?
Dodgers minus 158. So would that be, you could take Boston plus 1?
All right, we've got the Dodgers are minus 158. You can't take the +1. That will turn to a minus 155. So the only way you can do it is you have to take the money line, or you have to give up the minus 158 and a half. If you want the Red Sox, you have to go money line. If you want to give
Red
up
Sox money line means I'm just betting the Red Sox to win. Correct.
That's right.
Perfect.
You want the Red Sox to win?
Of course, they're sweeping.
Okie dokie. So that's what it is for our Hassler streak.
Sticking with it. I'm taking the Red Sox to win. All right. And that is, you've been listening to Don't Hassle Us Local here on ESPN 93.5.
Month leases plus first payment 12K miles per year. No security deposit required. Highlander 1295 down. Excludes tax, license, and 172 dealer fee on approved credit. Offers end 10/31/18.
Buy now and save big on over 400 Toyotas during the Highland Toyota Model Year 2018 clearance. A new 2018 RAV4 LE 4-wheel drive, just $299 a month with zero down. $299 a month with zero down. New 2019 Highlander XLE 4-wheel drive, only $399 a month. $399 a month. 2019 models arriving daily. New 2018 Tacoma 4-wheel drive TRD Sport, just $369 a month with zero down. $369 a month with zero down. All windshields posted with our absolute lowest price. The Model Year 2018 clearance going on now at Highland Toyota, John Deere Road at 53rd Street in Moline, or highlandtoyota.com. Hurry while supplies last.
Thank you, Storm fans, for making opening night incredible. This Friday at the Tax Slayer Center, the Storm battled the Peoria Rivermen in the second battle of the Cold War on 74. As a special thank you, we have $2 domestic beer. That's right, $2 beer, and remember, every Friday we have $2 hot dogs. And kids, don't forget to wear your Halloween costumes. Trick or treat with the players on the ice after the game. Don't forget, all Ticketmaster fees are still waived. Get your tickets now at QuadCityStorm.com.
As the seasons change, the athletic teams at Augustana College begin to look toward winter sports. It starts Sunday with the inaugural Genesis Collegiate Challenge. Augustana College and St. Ambrose University renew their basketball rivalry at the Tax Slayer Center with free admission. The women tip off at 2:15 and the men follow at 5. Men's soccer follows with a 7 o'clock battle with UW Whitewater at Thorson Lucan Field. Football returns home Saturday the 10th, hosting Carthage. For more information, visit augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly front row seat to big-time small college sports.
Listen up, Quad Cities. What if you could gather all the best man stuff into one place? November 9th to the 11th, the QCCA Expo Center will once again be transformed into the world's largest man cave with dozens of exhibitors, demonstrations, and activities. Drive a NASCAR simulator from Rolex Racing Systems, see a 60s pinup contest, or win your very own man cave. It's cooler than a car show, better than a trade show. The 3rd annual Weebler's Harley-Davidson Man Show, powered by WHBF.
Weber Auto Group in Silvis. Family-owned business, 3 generations, all vehicles. Come with the Weber warranty, financing available for everyone. We've got your baby. A 5-star reputation with small-town integrity. Check them out online at WeberAutoGroup.com. You might be in the market for a truck or a sedan, or maybe your family needs a minivan. Perhaps you just want a little coupe. You can find them all at Weber Auto Group, 101 First Avenue, Silvis. Weber Auto Group. We got your baby.
Stop by Lowe's to save on quick ways to refresh the look of your home in time for the holidays. You'll find the best lineup of interior paint brands around, including paint and primer in one options from HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, like Showcase and Infinity. Both provide an easy one-coat coverage in design-inspired colors, starting at just $34.98 per can. So you can give your home a whole new look before guests arrive. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
ESPN 93.5 is KJOC Bettendorf Quad Cities from the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studio.
Break it down. They generate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy.
All right, we're rocking out here in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish Network. This is Don't Hassle So Local on ESPN 93.5. Want to remind everybody, if you're out there looking for a family getaway, a friends and family group vacation, a romantic retreat for 2, or you simply need a travel professional to help you plan that perfect destination wedding, Throne Travel is here to help you. Let Throne Travel get started planning your next vacation today. They firmly believe that travel is the best therapy you can purchase. So start making those travel dreams come true. Contact our friend Janelle at 563-323-0889 or check out Throne Travel on Facebook. Once again, that's Janelle at 563-323-0889. Throne Travel, make all your travel dreams come true. All right, boys.
Well, we're going to be having Ken Jacoby coming in soon from Quad City Sportsnet. We're going to be hearing about all the things that they do to stream in local high school sports. Probably be working some type of a deal with him out there. Try to figure out something to be streaming maybe some local wrestling. I'll kick some tires with him on the air.
Try to do our picks before then?
Yeah, we're going to do them right now.
Because if everything works out right, we're going to be packed till the end of the show.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love it.
I think we're all good. John said he's going to call in at 1:35. I put a tweet out that tagged him. I'd done everything he asked for, so all I have to do about that time is look for the board and for him to call in. So we'll be here talking some Penn State with him. But until then, let's do our NCAA Pick 6.
Okay. So you want me to go off the order you have on the sheet here, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, we're kicking right off with our Iowa Hawkeyes at Penn State.
Might as well get it out of the way because we know what everybody's picking.
Yep. The Nittany Lions are favored by 6, boys. What do you think here?
Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all going to go Hawkeyes here. Let's just see here. Iowa's 27-5 against the spread versus teams that averaged 5.25 or more yards per carry under the current head coach, Kirk Ferentz. The over the total is 6-0 in games Penn State has played as a favorite between 3.5 and 10. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, we like this. We do think this Iowa Hawkeye team is special. Obviously remind of 2009, 2015.
Despite my feelings towards Penn State as a university of what they've done in the past, obviously the kids on this field, this coaching staff, everybody has nothing to do with what happened. Okay, so that being said, this is going to be a tough place to play. This is not a cakewalk for Iowa.
Not even close. They're not favored.
Penn State's a very good team, very well coached. It's going to be wet. It's going to be nasty there. This could be a very tough game for the Hawkeyes. So,
yep. Iowa is currently 6-1 against the spread. Penn State is 4-3 against the spread. Iowa loses this game. I look forward to a message on Facebook at 11:45 at night from our friend Paul. So they're telling us how crazy we are, whatever else. I mean, we are. That's why I put it out there right away. Just to because we're gonna get the Hawks. We'll go right to then the next game. We go right to what? Also in state.
Yeah. Cody's Iowa State Cyclones are playing host to the Texas Tech Raiders. The Cyclones, are favored by 5.5 here.
Yeah, here's a great thing against the spread, considering for this coaching staff and obviously Iowa State is 12-2 against the spread when playing against a team with a winning record. Texas Tech right now is 5-2. They are 5-2 against the spread. Iowa State 3-3, 4-2 against the spread going into this. The over/under, like we said with Cody, is at 56. So Iowa State is also 11-1 against the spread when facing a Big 12 opponent since the start of last October. All things are pointing towards Iowa State in this game, and I like them. I'm going to give up the 5.5. I hope that doesn't. I'm not worried about 6 either, but nothing more than 6 would I go.
I think they're rolling right now. They've proven the last 2 weeks that they can take on top tier opponents and play well. So, yeah, I'm taking Iowa State here. Sergi, how about you, bud?
Texas Tech.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, it's all right.
I know that was quick. Sorry.
No, I love having differences in opinions. This is great.
Even on the road, I just think Texas Tech is a little bit too much for Iowa State to handle. So,
okay. Well, moving on, we have the greatest cocktail party in the world. I don't care what they want to call it now.
It's the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
Yeah, whatever.
This is 60 years ago. This was dubbed this.
Where are we going?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah. We are going to Georgia Bulldogs at Florida Gators. This is 60 years ago. This phrase, this game got dubbed this.
It's at Georgia.
The world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
Right. Florida at Georgia.
Florida at Georgia.
But it's played at a neutral site, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I think it's played in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Either way.
Anyway, it's 60 years ago. So I guess the announcers and the SEC and their channel, they try to stay away from it, but everyone calls it this. So what happened was The Athletic did an article on this yesterday about the man behind the Florida the Florida-Georgia game, how it became known as the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville.
There you go.
Thank you. See,
and
I
so
know a thing or two.
This was coined on November 8th, 1958. At that time, only the Gators were ranked 19th. There wasn't much that happened during the game.
Ray was 12 years old.
The game wasn't worth much retelling, and the writer didn't really have much to say. But after seeing it was Bill Castells, who was a longtime columnist and editor for the Florida Times Union, he coined the phrase "world's largest outdoor cocktail party." He says he just had like a writer's block, and after just seeing the debauchery and the drinking and seeing like a drunk like trip over an officer, plainclothes officer, and just seeing that, and the guy didn't even care when the officer said anything. He just basically, as he was trying to describe everything, he said the phrase just came to him. That's what it seemed like, the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, and it has grown ever since. And everybody that goes to it, everybody that's a part of it, has said it is exactly what it is. There's drinking before, after, during, all the above.
Iowa City.
Yeah, but I mean now that's grown and grown and grown.
Okay.
It's much bigger than that. But
all right,
yeah, He said, honest to
I'm
God,
just
that's
jealous
what
we
it was.
didn't coin it first, baby.
People rolling on the
They've
ground
never been on a
drunk,
Jimmy
drinking in the
O's party
stands.
bus.
It was just a throwaway line that kept. Anyway,
yeah,
but you Google search it, it comes up that Bill.
I got a lot of
Castells.
comparisons to this, but anyway.
All
That
right,
being
what do you
said,
got?
the Bulldogs are favored by 6.5 here, boys.
Yeah. I got to go with the Bulldogs here. It's just, I mean, I know the Gators are semi-back. You know, they're 9th and the Bulldogs are 7th. But just by right now with the past history, the recent history, that is, I'm going Bulldogs.
Sergi, what you think?
I'm going Georgia, all the way.
Okay. Well,
even though it's kind of a neutral site, I think that's why it's only one, is because it's not at Georgia.
Either way, I'm going with Florida.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
The Gators, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Alligator,
next game.
alligator, eat them up, eat them up. Okay, coming off an impressive victory last week.
Oh, boy.
The Purdue Boilermakers
Big
are
Ten darlings of Purdue, huh?
Yeah, traveling to Michigan State to take on the hated Spartans.
They are the sexy pick now. They're the sexy pick that people overlooking Iowa, Penn State's looking past that, saying, well, Iowa wins that. They got to beat Purdue. Purdue's.
And guess what? Yes, they do.
Yeah. Well, duh.
You do have to beat Purdue.
But I'm just saying, they're saying it like it's going to be a real tough thing to do. Purdue is currently 4-3, 5-2 against the spread. Michigan State has a similar 4-3 record, but they are an opposite 2-5 against the spread. Purdue is 4-0 against the spread in games played against Michigan State since the start of 2002.
I'll jump off on this one. I'm taking the Boilermakers.
I am with you on this one. I think Purdue's sneaky good.
The big mismatch here is Purdue's 6th-ranked passing offense against Michigan State's 116th-ranked passing defense. Where are you at? You're Purdue.
Yep.
I am going with what Rosso and I talked about. Michigan State will come up and sneak up and get you when you least expect it. I'm going Michigan State, even though they're favored. And right now, I think I've taken the favorite in 4 straight games. So I'm giving the points somewhere here.
Somebody stop me.
Yeah, someone's getting the points here somewhere.
Okay, next up, the Wisconsin Badgers, possibly without their starting quarterback.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about that.
I haven't seen any updates yet. Traveling to Northwestern to take on the Wildcats. Wisconsin is favored by 4.5 here, guys. That seems low, so I'm assuming this means that they know he's going to be out. That being said, Northwestern is that other team that's sneaky and mean and sometimes just gets under your skin. I'll take Northwestern here.
Northwestern.
You're gonna
Yeah, I'll take Northwestern plus 4.5.
It just really comes down to if Hornibrook plays or not for me.
Correct. I'm assuming he's not on my pick as well.
Yeah, I would say if he, either way, I'm still going Wisconsin.
Okay.
With or without, they'll cover.
Jabird.
5-2 Wisconsin, 2-5 against the spread. 4-3 Northwestern, 3-4 against the spread. They're going to have to pass on this team. This Wisconsin team, sorry. Wisconsin's 9-1 against the spread as a road favorite since the start of the 2016 season. Again, I'm going with the favorite. Sorry. It's lame, I know.
No, it's not.
It is. But it's all right. I'm taking Wisconsin. And finally, the Illini at Maryland.
Well, they bucked me last week, the Illini did, when I took
Mhm.
them. This week they are not favored. Shocker. Maryland is favored by 17.5. Illinois had a few chances to cover the spread against Wisconsin. Couldn't do it. I just don't know. It's too far to travel. Maryland's probably going to be a little upset they got blanked last week at Iowa. I'll take the Tarpons, minus 17.5.
Taking the home favorite, too.
For fun here, I'll go Illinois for a change. I know
Nice.
I
All right.
very rarely ever give Illinois much credit, but they haven't really given me a reason to give them any credit. But, Wisconsin, I think, was a lot better of a ball club than Maryland is.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree with Maryland coming off of getting blanked. They're going to try to put up some points here. But I think
it's the distance traveled.
17.5 is a lot. So,
yeah.
Illinois plus 17.5.
I hope Illinois covers the spread, but either way, I'm going to predict Maryland. All right, we're going to move on to NFL, huh?
That's right.
All right, you want to play some NFL music?
Oh, do I?
You do?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. This is so much fun, you guys.
Okay, our NFL pick 6. Obviously, hey, Mitch gave us did a nice write-up for us about a lot of games out there. I put it on ESPN 93.5. Mitch works down at Front Street Brewery, but he's been on the show before.
Yeah, Mitch.
Did a nice write-up.
He was on last Friday.
Yeah, I put it together. He's got tons of bets out there for you. Some teasers. He's got some times where you buy a point. Go ahead and take a look at that. ESPN 93.
I retweeted that as well.
Yeah. Thanks for doing that, T-Roy.
That's what I do for you.
I appreciate that.
I try to help out. I try to do my part for the show.
I like that when I put things out there and I mention businesses and then I tag them in the thing and then they share it. But not all businesses do that. But that's all right.
I don't think he's picking up on
it. Doesn't matter. There's like one out of like 18 times I do it that one business does it, and that's on Facebook. And that's our boy Chopper at Locals Love Us. Anyway, all right, let's go through our first game. Obviously, we had the Thursday night game. We're not going to do that, and we're not doing the London game.
Thank God.
I thought about it. I flirted with it.
I'll bet you did.
Yep, little tea and crumpets.
Hello,
chim
governor.
chimney, chim chiroo.
Whatever that means.
That's from Mary Poppins.
Oh.
Anyway. All right, what do we got?
First game up. The Cleveland Browns traveled to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. When they last met in Week 1, this ended in a tie. But now the Steelers are rolling. The Browns, they look okay. But the Steelers are favored by 8 here, boys.
Time to find a teaser for the old Steelers.
Yeah.
Got to move them down to a 10. I mean, we got to move them down to +2.
+2?
Well, wait, what's the line?
It's -8. Steelers
-8.
-8.
Time to move them to +2.
8.5 right now here.
Nope, moving to +2. Anyway, I got a pick here somewhere. Dear Lord, do I think the Steelers are going to roll? Because the Steelers owe it to the Browns, right? They got to get them.
Yeah.
They got to get them, right? So I say, I don't know. I mean, I don't either way. Cleveland's 5-2 against the spread. Steelers are 3-3. I want to. I've been giving up the point. I mean, giving up the points way too much. And Cleveland can't go into another overtime game, can they?
No.
I mean, they can. What are you saying right here? You're giving up the points. Steelers roll.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
As much
Steelers.
I would love to see the Browns shock the world and win or.
Steelers are 1-6 against the spread when coming off a bye.
I would love to see the Browns win this and just make fun of Joey.
1-6 against the spread when coming off a bye.
At Pittsburgh.
It's at Pittsburgh. They're mad they tied last time. Trust me.
I can see you trying to talk yourself out of taking Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to happen.
I'm watching him too. Yeah.
I'll
just write you down for the Steelers.
Just write me down for the Steelers.
just knock it off right now.
Erickson went with the Browns. That's a shocker.
Yeah. The offsets.
Yeah. If Baker Mayfield ever came to a sudden stop, we'd lose Erickson right away. All right. The Denver Broncos travel to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 10 here. I know they've played before. It was a little closer in Denver when they played earlier this year, but it wasn't. I think it was a comeback game for the Chiefs on that. But either way, the Chiefs are rolling right now, guys. I'll take the Chiefs here minus the 10.
Yeah, I don't. Kansas City is 12-1 against the spread when facing an AFC opponent since the start of October 2016. They are currently 7-0 against the spread. Meanwhile, the Broncos are 2-4-1 against the spread. This is bad. I'm just telling people not even to listen to me because you can't keep give up the points over and over like this. But there's no way you can bet against the Chiefs when they're undefeated against the spread, right? Right.
Yeah. Serge?
Yes, this is actually my pick to click for my survivor pool this week. I'm going Kansas City. I just need them to win straight up, but I do think that they will cover the spread.
Steelers in Kansas City in a teaser.
All right, this next game, this line got high, guys. The Jets at the Bears. Bears -8. This is a Jets team that has played.
That's gone up. It opened at 6.5.
Yeah, now it's all the way to 8.
I think the Bears win this game, but I wonder if 8's too much, guys.
Well, rookie quarterback on the road in Chicago. All right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I wasn't too impressed with what the Bears defense did against Brady. Obviously, it's Brady, but they didn't get to him. Is the thing, and I wonder if for some reason why are they slowing down? I don't know. Just speculating.
The Jets are 1-2 against the spread on the road.
Okay.
All right. At home.
And they're another team of what Jets team do you get here, too?
The Bears are 2-1 against the spread at home.
Okay.
Overall, the Jets are 3-4 against the spread. The Bears are 3-3.
I don't know. I think I'm going to take the Jets and the points, but I don't think they win the game. Like, outright. I don't think they win the game, but I think they cover the spread.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
I mean, the Bears should win this game.
Well, yes, they should, but it's hard to say confidently that the Bears can cover 8 because you don't know what you're going to get right now out of either team.
Well, absolutely.
Either team has.
And so if I'm going to get
being,
8 points, I'll take the 8 points.
The Jets aren't good by any means, but
they're not horrible either.
Right. Exactly. Right. So I'm gonna take my homer pick here, and I'll take the Bears.
No, I hear you.
I think if they get on a roll at home, defense throws up some points, offense does their job, we're good.
I think I've taken the Bears the last 2 times, and the one time I didn't was against Tampa Bay, and they did cover. So I'm gonna go against the Bears in hopes that I'm horrible and I'm wrong. Well, and it's a way to a victory.
I think you're horrible and wrong.
Whoa! I'll take the points. I'll take the points. I'll take the Jets.
Okay.
All right. The Packers then travel out to Los Angeles, and like we mentioned earlier,
there's
in the
our
show,
third teaser.
The Rams are favored by 9.5. This is such a slap in Aaron's face.
There's our third teaser. The
My
Rams
Lord.
are 4-1 against the spread. The Packers are 2-4 against the spread.
You guys, does that
There's
sort
the
of
third
talk?
leg.
That sort of talk just makes me sick.
What's that?
This is the slap in Aaron's
Well,
face.
I mean,
like, come on, whatever.
It's got. I mean,
unbelievable.
It has to happen.
You think
eventually.
Aaron Rodgers gets 2 squirts? on
It has to
Who's
happen
betting against him and what the spread is?
The Packers have had 2 games on the road. They are 0-2 against the spread on the road. They got beat 31-17 at Washington, and they got beat 31-23 at Detroit. Both of those on the road, obviously. Both those games went over. That over at Washington was 46.5. The one against Detroit, that was at 50. This one is at 56.5. At home, the Rams are 2-0-1 against the spread. Their only tie was against Minnesota. They won. They were giving up 7 points, and they won that one 38-31. So, boy, I'm telling you right now, that's the third leg of the teaser, and that is a lock for money. So, I'm gonna take the Rams. Sorry, Erickson. I know you think we're bashing the Packers all the time, but we're
Rams?
We're not. No, I'm not bashing the Packers. I'm bashing the fact that people think that Aaron cares that there's.
So the cool thing about this game is it's going to come down to fourth quarter. Packers are going to have the ball. Aaron Rodgers is going to have to drive 85 yards to come down to score a touchdown to lose by 16.
We can wrap this up. We can wrap it up online. We can wrap it up on social media. We got to go to break. We got to get Ken in, and then we've got to make sure that we're ready at 1:35. We have people, so let's go to break right now.
Go to break. You don't want to do these last 2 picks real quick?
Last pick. I'm taking the
Vikings.
Vikings.
Do them really quick. You got
Vikings Saints.
That's a pick 'em.
Yeah,
I'll take Vikings. Yeah. Jay,
take the Vikings.
Serge,
I'm going to go Saints on the road.
All right, and the last game, Patriots at Buffalo. The
Patriots by 100. Patriots.
All right, we're all taking the Patriots.
All right.
All right, easy.
That was an easy one.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, let's go to break.
Let's go to break. Every Sunday, Leisure Lanes offers great food specials like $5 all-you-care-to-eat tacos while you enjoy your favorite fantasy player or your favorite NFL team. You'll be watching the games on one of their 10 50-inch flat screens, or the game of the week we played on their 110-inch big screen. Also, Leisure Lanes has Glow Bowling every Friday and Saturday night from 9:30 to 11:30.
Or if I pester Dusty Roseman, they have it as much as they offer.
Or you can do that too.
If I ask him 1,000 times.
All right, and then right now we just did our Pick 6, and make sure you log on to our website and check out how you can win some free bowling from Leisure Lanes.
You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, only on your Quad Cities, ESPN 93.5.
Before you apply for a job, you ask around to see what it's like working there. General Grind and Machine in Aledo is hiring. Here's what their employees are saying.
My name is Mandy. I've been with GGM for 7 years. I love working the weekend shift because I get to spend time with my kids and my husband throughout the week, and I get to raise my kids the way I want.
Want to work 3 or 4 days or nights a week in a comfortable, climate-controlled machine shop? General Grind and Machine in Aledo is hiring today. Apply right now at generalgrind.com.
The best two-for deals are at Checkers. The Fry Lover's Burger, the Spicy Chicken, the Crispy Fish, the Chili Dog, and Chili Cheeseburger are only 2 for $3. Or try the Bacon Checker Burger with cheese, the Big Chicken, the Cheese Double, or the Fry Lover's Double, 2 for only $4. Or the Huge Deep Sea Double, the Double Checker Burger with cheese, the Spicy Chicken Deluxe, or the Cheese Champ, 2 for only $5. These two-for deals are going on right now at your local Quad Cities Checkers.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot!
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
The weather has been absolutely crazy. A storm chaser's dream. I even had a call on my cell phone the other day from someone who wanted to check my roof. So who do you trust if you think you might have storm damage? Quality Control Restoration. They have over 60 years combined experience in the business, and they're more than just roof repair. They're experts at roof, siding, and windows. Their name says it all. Quality Control Restoration. Call them today at 833-563-7663 or find them online at qualitycontrolrestoration.com. They guarantee quality from beginning to end.
ESPN 93.5 is KJOC Bettendorf Quad Cities from the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studio.
We're here in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish Network. Don't hassle us, we're local, here on ESPN 93.5. Joining us in studio from QC Sports Net is Ken Jacoby. Ken, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thanks, Troy. Thanks for having me, guys.
All
Really
right.
appreciate it.
So let's talk about QC Sports Net. Where did it start? How did you get going? Yeah.
Buddy of mine, Dallin Christensen, who wasn't a buddy of mine at the time. I didn't know him.
Okay.
He started this in 2013. He lives in the Pleasant Valley district, he and his family. He thought, you know what? The PV games ought to be on the air somewhere, and they weren't. And he put them on, and some Bettendorf games too. And then this here radio station 4 years ago hooked up with Dallin and also with me. The general manager at the time was a guy I actually worked for 20 years ago, which I'll have a story about that.
All right.
And he wanted to do the high school sports, and he brought us in, and we had games up one wall and down the other on 93.5, on 1170, on internet-only games. We had games everywhere. And unfortunately, it only lasted 1 year. New management came in, and out came the broom and swept us out. So
yeah, that's what we're hoping doesn't happen to us.
Exactly. that's why every day you suck up to the management here, see?
Well, we do.
Yeah, and so that you're getting good
Jay's
with them.
Yeah, Jay's really good at it.
But then you can't control how in good they are with their management. See, that's the problem there.
No, I hear you there.
You do what you can, though.
You do what you can.
And so we did that, but it only lasted 1 year, but it put QC Sportsnet kind of on the map. And then the next season, when things were, we had meetings, and then ultimately the decision was made that here they weren't going to continue with the high school sports coverage. And I was helping my wife open a retail shop that summer, and I thought, well, I guess I'm not doing games anymore right now. And I'll make a long story really short because I know we're time limited, but
You're fine.
A chance meeting and a conversation about how a guy I know, how much it meant to him to be working at night and be able to listen to the Rocky games when he did that. And my wife said, the shop's open now. Why don't you talk to Dallin Christensen, founder of QC Sportsnet. Why don't you talk to him, see if you can get the Rocky games back on? Well, I talked to him. I talked to sponsors. We got 7 sponsors on within 2 weeks. Mid-season, we were back on with Rocky football.
And where were you back on at?
On QC Sportsnet.
All right, just on the internet.
On the
Okay,
internet,
gotcha,
right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, do I have? By the way, do I have a monitor here? Oh, much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that sound of my own voice. I can't help it. I want to hear myself talk. So we put Rocky football on, added 2 more schools for basketball, kind of put the band back together with the announcers we had. Dallin did Pleasant Valley games.
And you were on a mission from
Joe
God
Winkle did
from
UT,
there,
right? So added Pleasant Valley, United Township. Then we added some girls basketball. Then we added Moline. And now this year we've added Bettendorf. And so we're 5 schools, 3 sports, football, boys and girls basketball. And then I took over ownership from Dallin in the offseason. So there's a lot of management going
Lucky
on
guy,
with this.
lucky guy,
I
yeah.
tell you what. We
So-
got a great group of announcers. They do an awesome job, and we bring this near studio quality sound from wherever. I'm going to
because these
Oaklawn.
guys are doing it from outside, or do they actually get some sort of booth up in the announcer's booth area?
We get press box.
Oh, nice.
Although, funny you should ask, because I'm going to be wedging myself with a shoehorn into the press box at Oaklawn Richards tonight.
Yeah.
The guy was like, yeah, we don't really have room for what you want to do. I'm like, well, can I just get, okay, they're maybe going to give me 1 seat. So I'm going to be like this. Computers maybe on the floor on my lap. I don't know what's going to happen. So,
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well,
but, hey.
good luck, though. But,
bring
yeah, I bet you're there.
All the action of Rocky football tonight.
Yeah.
If they can stay with Oaklawn Richards, which we will
Yeah,
see.
like we had Matt Koss on earlier this week talking about the game. It seems, obviously the Oaklawn Richards team is pretty good, to say
They
the
are.
least. And, Rocky's
Perennial,
got a tough road against them, but we're rooting for our local teams around here for sure.
Well, and Rocky had a horrendous schedule this year. The 4 losses are all to really
on the
good
road
teams.
at Quincy, on the road at Moline, correct?
I'm
trying to think if I remember.
No, that was at Rocky. That
Okay.
was weathered out on Friday night. They played
That's
Saturday
right,
afternoon.
that's right, yeah.
At Rocky.
But I think like right now with the way Moline's been playing, they for the Western Mid 6, they are the obviously class of the conference right now. So
there's no point spreads in high school, but I'm having Moline giving about 7 to 10 points tomorrow night at home.
Yeah.
I think they're going to win that one.
Yeah, I think we had that down too. It was a pretty winnable game for Moline, but afterwards, the road through the playoffs gets a lot tougher after that. So.
Their opponent tomorrow did not beat any winning teams this year. They played 2 good teams and got crushed by both of them. So hopefully that bodes well for Moline being the 3rd good team that will crush Glenbrook North.
Now, for schools that are in the area out there that are possibly looking to get in touch with QC Sportsnet,
you're speaking my language.
Are you willing to take on more? I guess
we could.
Okay.
We have expanded as much as we've been able to put together good quality announcers. But there's always a potential of having maybe somebody who's involved with the school who may want to volunteer. We might be able to put something together like that potentially.
What
If
about
we
possible students that want to do some sort of internship type thing?
That is also a possibility too.
Okay.
And all of that's going to be, in the off season upcoming, we're going to look at all of that.
Okay.
We were fortunate to be able to add Jason Kempf, who's the River Bandits play-by-play guy.
Mhm. Yep.
And Redrick Terry, who's the morning news anchor on Channel 4.
Mhm.
And who's
Yeah.
a great play-by-play announcer, always has been. Won awards down at Western Illinois for his sportscasting. We were able to add those guys, so that enabled us to expand to the 5 schools. Now I just lost my UT guy to his job, basically. He'll do a few games for us. But so, hey, anybody experienced play-by-play, you can find me at Ken Jacoby Sports on Twitter,
Or if
Facebook.
what if there's someone out there who's willing to learn?
Yeah.
Are you willing
Well,
to teach?
It's hard because the first day I have to send you out to a game that I can't be at
Right.
That I can't help you except maybe on the technical
Well, how about
side
this?
beforehand.
I'm just helping you out. Off season, you set them down, you put a game on in front of them without the sound, and just say practice.
Well, and here,
right?
that's what I do. I've had inquiries about people wanting to do play-by-play, and that's what I tell them. I say, put a game on TV, have some kind of – and nowadays, it used to be you had to buy a tape recorder and a microphone, and now there's all kinds of ways. I mean,
there's apps anyway that can do that.
Please,
yeah.
download Audacity talking to your computer.
DVR, hit mute.
Whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of ways.
Yeah, exactly.
I recorded we had a new sponsor on for Moline for the playoffs, and I pulled up Audacity and talked into my computer to record the commercial. There's all kinds of ways that people can do, and then send me the MP3. Let's see how you sound. I mean,
Jay loves Audacity. We used to. That was our
that is
our
still
go. That's still our thing when we podcast in our forum. But yeah, had a lot of fun with Audacity.
I'm still figuring that out. So teach me.
Yeah, anytime
Okay.
we can.
I think everybody that uses Audacity is still figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah,
So-
yes, I constantly am still using it, and it took a while to take this show and to put it back in Audacity, where before we were doing it on, we had our own board and everything else, and we got used to that. Now taking this from the internet, getting it on Audacity, it took a while to deal with a lot of speed bumps and everything. Ken, I feel like our meeting, it's been a long time coming. We've talked back and forth. You've been nice enough to have me on with Roland at halftime of a couple Bettendorf games.
Sure.
And
We'll do that again.
And it's always been nice. And I have to have Roland on here, too. I've been in contact with him, so I feel bad. But I'll have him on soon. You're going up to, again, Oaklawn tonight?
Yes.
And then you're covering the Bettendorf PV game. And then tonight the QC Sportsnet is tomorrow, the Moline game.
Tomorrow we get the Moline game.
Yep.
And then however far anybody goes, we'll keep covering them all the way.
Okay.
Play-by-play.
Nice. So even as far as the dome and everything.
Wherever, yes. We're
Okay.
making preparations for the dome. Yes,
I love it.
So everybody out there, if you're listening, what you're going to do if you want to follow these teams that are out there playing, you're going to go to qcsportsnet.com.
That's the place to go.
Yeah.
That's the
and
hub.
Then from there, you'll be able to click and find what games you're looking for.
Go right to the live stream. Facebook, Twitter, QC Sportsnet.
And so going into the next season, you're going to have Rock Island, Moline, UT, Pleasant Valley, Bettendorf boys basketball. In girls basketball, you're going to have Rock Island, Moline, UT.
Same five.
Yep, Pleasant Valley,
But
Bettendorf.
selected games of girls basketball.
Gotcha.
We don't do full season, but we'll cover them.
What are you interested in wrestling?
You guys did you already have the pro wrestler on today, or is that
No, I'm
coming up?
talking about the high school wrestling.
Oh, the high
now.
school
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, that leads me into my story in a minute here. We'd love to do other sports. It's a matter of having the personnel and the equipment and the wherewithal, and to be honest with you, the business community, the sponsorships to be able to do it.
100%.
And they've jumped in. Moline, we had it last year. Bettendorf this year. They've jumped in, and we've been able to do it. But we don't want to get too far out over our skis.
I know, Ken. I do hate to cut you short, but we have to go to a quick break, and then we have a call in that we got to take. But we'll have you back on, and so we can hear your
definitely
story.
have you back on. We
and
want to
we'll
hear
talk
some more about this.
Please, let's make time to do this again without having to cut you short.
It involves pro wrestling.
Okay.
And my most embarrassing moment on radio. And the general manager actually brought me in to do high school sports here at this radio station 4 years ago. That all ties together.
Love it. We'll have you on soon. Thank you so much. Have a safe trip.
Hey, thanks, guys.
All right. With two great locations, 3333 North Harrison Street and 217 Brady Street in Davenport, Van's Pizza Pub and Grill has all the pizza pies to satisfy your hunger. Check out these awesome specials this weekend. On Saturday, $6 bread nuggets, $6 double cheeseburger baskets during the NCAA games. Follow that up on Sunday with the NFL. You have $8 12-inch pizzas and $6 bread nuggets. And then both Saturday and Sunday, enjoy these outstanding drink specials. You have $3 16-ounce aluminum cans, $4 bombs, $5 domestic mini pitchers, $7 craft mini pitchers, $3 Bloody Marys, and $12 buckets of domestics. Check out all their daily specials on Van's Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook or follow them on Twitter at Van's Pizza 09. That's Van's Pizza Pub and Grill. Come get served.
You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, only on your Quad Cities, ESPN 93.5.
Great meeting you, Ken. Coming out of break.
Hello.
John.
This is John Ziegler.
Hi, John. This is Troy. Right now we're off air.
No, we're on air.
Are we on air?
Yeah, we are on
Sure.
air. I went straight from commercial just
All
to
right.
have John
So, hey,
on.
welcome back. All right, John, we're going to hear on Don't Hassle Us or Local here on ESPN 93.5. We're in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish Network. So, John, you and I contacted ourselves today through Twitter. We're basically, just so everybody knows out there, John, you're out in L.A., is that correct?
I live just outside of Los Angeles, yes.
All right, so fill the listeners into kind of what you do. I was kind of reading through your bio a little bit on the Twitter feed, so just let everybody know out here what you're about and where you're coming from.
Well, currently I'm a media columnist for the website Mediaite, which is run by Dan Abrams of ABC News. I also do my own weekly podcast on media issues, and I've in the past been a rather prominent documentary filmmaker as well as a radio talk show host and television guest. People have seen me on the Today Show on multiple occasions, The View, and virtually every other major cable television show on a variety of topics. But I'm mostly focused on situations where I think the media got it wrong.
Okay, so that brings us into the Jerry Sandusky issue. I believe there was a tweet out there by a Penn State fan that you commented on someone you wanted to debate with. So I said, hey, let's get on here and debate. And I don't know what we'll actually debate, but let's talk through the issue here. I guess my question to you is, what do you have? I guess am I getting this correct? You're under the impression that Sandusky was something was gotten wrong with this trial in this case.
Well, let's rewind a little bit for those who may have forgotten. Back in November of 2011, of course, Jerry Sandusky was arrested. Former Penn State assistant coach Joe Paterno was fired. A couple of Penn State administrators were charged. This was a massive story on ESPN 24/7. Probably the biggest, in some ways, the biggest sports story of the decade, at least, or maybe even the century so far, at least in college sports. And I was sitting in Los Angeles, and I was suspicious of the story from the Paterno perspective, the idea that we could somehow determine that Joe Paterno was part of a cover-up or enabled Jerry Sandusky seemed rather far-fetched to me, and there were a lot of elements of this story based upon my experiences in the media and covering the media that made me very suspicious that this might be a situation like we've seen many times in the past where the media rushes the judgment and gets it wrong and then creates a narrative that they're invested in. I thought that was only about Joe Paterno. Well, I've investigated this case now for 6 years with for no pay, no hope of pay, and only at my own harm. I've been harmed greatly, both professionally and economically, because of my work on this case, knowingly so. There was never any hope there was ever going to be anything other than that, because I know how incredibly toxic this story is. But after having investigated it for over 6 years, spoken to far more people than anybody else has, I know more about the case than Jerry Sandusky does, and he's the first person that would tell you that, and it's not even close. I literally know more about this story than anybody on the planet. And I am 100% positive, and this was not my position at the beginning of this. In fact, it was the opposite. I presume Jerry Sandusky was guilty as hell at the beginning of this, but I have now concluded that there is no other possible explanation to explain all of the known evidence in this case other than the fact that Jerry Sandusky is in fact innocent and that he never committed any of these crimes. And as insane as that sounds to people who have not followed it, people who actually look at the real facts look at this and go, oh my gosh, not only is this true, it's obviously true, and it's not even close. And I would be happy, we don't have the time here, but I could debate this for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours and not repeat myself in providing logic and evidence to completely blow up what you think you know and what your listeners think they know about this case. Everything you think you know about it is false. And this
Well, then that brings me to, let me ask you what I think I know then.
Okay,
what I do think I know and what I do know is out there. In 2002, at the time, the graduate assistant, Mike McQuarrie, testified that he walked in on Jerry Sandusky having sex with a 10-year-old boy.
Everything you said there is totally wrong. Let's
he testified. No,
hold on,
John. Let me continue real quick. He testified under oath to this.
No. Everything you just said in that sentence. There's about 5 things you said in that sentence that are totally wrong.
Okay.
First thing you said in 2002. Mike McQuarrie in 2011 testified that in 2002, March 1st, he witnessed something. I'll get to what he witnessed in a minute. That turned out to be false. In fact, he had to change his testimony once the trial occurred later in 2011. He changed the date from March 1st, 2002 to February 9th, 2001, which is a dramatic change and inexplicable for somebody to have allegedly witnessed a living legend raping a young boy in the shower, that they forget the date, the month, and the year. They mistake that they actually saw it after 9/11 when supposedly they saw it occur before 9/11. But it gets worse than that, because my investigation has proven that even the February 9th, 2001 date is catastrophically wrong. That the real date that event occurred was December 29th, 2000. And why this is...
So the event did occur then?
No, hold on a second. The reason why this is incredibly important, the change in the dates, is because now, when it's December 29th, 2000, there's a 5.5, 6-week gap between the time that Mike McQuarrie allegedly sees whatever it is he supposedly saw. And by the way, his own testimony isn't about what he saw; it's about what he heard, which is as silly as it gets. But if we have this 6-week gap between the time that Mike McQuarrie is there in the locker room and he goes to see Joe Paterno. Now, there is no explanation. See, the prosecution desperately needed Mike McQuarrie to go to Joe Paterno the next morning, because the next morning shows urgency. And if you have urgency, that means, oh my gosh, what you saw must have really been horrible. But instead now we have the 6-week gap, because we know that Mike McQuarrie went to go see Joe Paterno on the morning of February 10th of 2001. So from December 29, 2000 to the February 10th, 2001, Mike McQuarrie does nothing. What changes? Well, interestingly,
let me intersect here.
Hold on a second. On February 8th, 2001, the wide receivers coaching job at Penn State opens up when Kenny Jackson goes from Penn State to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the job Mike McQuarrie wanted, and it was the job opening up that causes Mike McQuarrie to go see Joe Paterno on the morning of the 10th, not because he had witnessed some horrible event with Jerry Sandusky. It was only 10 years later, in late 2010, that Mike McQuarrie gets confronted by investigators. McQuarrie actually thinks, and I have evidence of this, I have the actual photos involving this, he originally thinks investigators are coming to him because he's been sending pictures of his naked penis to a woman not his wife through a Penn State phone. He panics, he gets manipulated by them, and he changes what he thinks he saw 10 years earlier at a time where he can't even remember the date, the month, and the year, because it was no big deal.
So you're saying that he did not witness Joe Sandusky
in the... Who says he didn't witness anything? The boy who was there, who was not 10 years old.
All right, well, John, calm down.
The boy who was there. So every single thing you said in that sentence, including the fact that it was 10 years old, is false.
Well, he said it under oath, but okay. Let me go into my next point. These things.
Your sentence is the entire case.
All right. Well, I have another sentence for you.
Every bit of it is wrong, 100%.
John, he was on with Bob Costas. Admits to showering and touching young boys.
Well, no, we never admitted to touching.
John, he admitted to touching their bodies.
No.
Quoted. You can go back and watch it with Bob Costas if you like. If you want to deny what Jerry Sandusky said to Bob Costas, I think you're going to be wrong on this one. He admitted to showering and touching their bodies.
You're wrong about the second part as far as the criminal element of this. But I
didn't say criminal element. He admitted to touching their bodies.
But that's not what this was about. This was not about showering with boys as a moron, as Jerry Sandusky is. I don't like Jerry Sandusky. I've interviewed him twice in prison for hours and hours.
John, you can't convince me that this man did not sexually assault these boys.
You want to hear what I have to say? I'm the only person that's spoken in the world who has spoken to Bob Costas, Jerry Sandusky, and Joe Amendola, Jerry Sandusky's attorney, who made that decision. And that entire interview, I believe, that was the first time. That interview was so bad, that was the first time I thought, gee, Jerry might actually be innocent, because only an innocent man could provide an interview that was so horrendous, so ill-prepared, and if what we're being told was true, put your thinking cap on for half a second. If this was remotely true, this narrative we were told, Jerry Sandusky's been getting away with this for 40 years plus. And he can't answer the question, are you sexually attracted to young boys? If this was real, that's all he would be thinking about for 40 years. Instead, he has no answer because he's never thought about it.
He didn't have an answer because he knew that he was, and if he did say it, he knew that he was guilty as hell, John. Come on, man.
I know who Jerry Sandusky is. Jerry
You do.
Sandusky is an
You know exactly who he
person.
is because you've been in the shower with him.
No, because I have his medical records, you moron.
Oh, now I'm a moron. You're defending a convicted pedophile.
Hold on.
You want to hear about his medical records? He has no testosterone and no testicles. He is an asexual person. He's a religious nut who is naive and an idiot himself. I've told him this to his face. He is a naif, a naive moron who thought he was living in a completely different time period, which, by the way,
That doesn't stop him from sexually molesting a child just because he's a moron.
He has no motivation to do so, nor does he have any inclination. He's not a homosexual. He's a heterosexual married person who can't have kids because he has no testicles. The entire narrative is this case is baloney. And by the way, if he had some sort of fetish about naked boys, where's the pornography? Where is the pornography? Why is there not one shred? Not one shred.
Well, you don't need pornography if you just bring him in through your foundation every day. He doesn't need pornography, John, if he's got a live body there to touch whenever he wants to take a shower.
Show me another case of a serial pedophile in the modern era where there's no pornography, no confession, no payoffs, no non-disclosure agreements, no use of alcohol, no use of drugs, no DNA, nothing. There is nothing but the contradictory, absurd stories of people who got paid millions of dollars.
Rightfully so if they've been molested.
Every single person who testified against him in a substantive way is a multi-millionaire now. Millionaire.
John, let me see if I got this right. When he was arrested, he was first charged with 52 counts of sexual abuse. At first.
That's not 52 people.
52 counts, I just said. 52 counts of sexual abuse. 4 of those accounts were dropped. He was still convicted on 45 of the remaining 48 accounts.
Yeah.
So you're trying to tell me every 45 of these counts, every one of them, every single one of them is no basis in fact whatsoever.
There's no evidence to support the idea that any of them are, and here's why. We have what you don't understand, a lot about what you don't understand, is that when Jerry Sandusky is arrested, you know how many actual human beings were claiming that Jerry Sandusky forced them to have sex with them, or of any sort of actual sex act? Take a guess at the number of people who were in that category. How many people had testified at the time of his arrest that he had forced them into some sort of a sex act? What's that number?
Well, right now I don't have that number on top of my head. You let me know since you know more about this than anybody in the world.
I'll give you the number. It was 2. There were 2 people after a 3-year investigation.
John, do you know what? Hey, John, let me ask you a question. Do you know what number? Do you know what number it takes for it to be more than enough people to accuse you of this? And you could be convicted of? Do you know how many people it takes?
No.
1.
I'm talking about
1.
No, because
the only number that's acceptable is 0, John. It's 0. You cannot molest little boys. 0.
40 years says something happened. That means it's true. One person.
Well, when you have a guy saying that the dude was doing anally raping a kid in the shower, whether you say it happened in 2000 or it happened in 2001 or 2002, what you still haven't convinced me of is that it never happened, because it did happen.
What would possibly convince you that it never happened?
If he gets found not guilty.
Who was there saying it never
If he
happened?
gets found not guilty by a jury of his peers, how about that?
The boy who was there, not testifying, and as a 24-year-old married sergeant in the Marine Corps coming forward on November 9th, the day Joe Paterno was fired, and providing an extensive statement with details saying Mike McQuarrie is lying. I was there. I was the boy. I was 13 years old. His name is Alan Myers, and this never happened. Now how about that for proof? Is he lying now?
What, did he say this all under oath? No. So
No, because he didn't testify, because what happened was, by the time that the trial comes around, Joe Paterno is fired, the whole world is caved in, everybody knows Jerry Sandusky's going down, Penn State's going to pay out over $100 million. He gets an attorney who hides him in a shack in the central Pennsylvania during the trial, and then after the trial they come forward and claiming to be a victim after Jerry is convicted. So if you follow the timeline of all this, it all makes perfect damn sense. But back to your idea that one is enough. Could you use your brain for a second? This was a 3-year investigation where the full power of the state of Pennsylvania is investigating a well-known person, Jerry Sandusky, where they have a list. They have a list of people, men who were former members of the Second Mile Charity, so they can go fishing for hundreds and hundreds of people asking if Jerry Sandusky ever did anything to you sexually, and they find 2 people in 3 years who are willing to say, as men,
willing. Yeah, your key word there, John, is willing. And yes, he picked the 2 weakest from the herd. Like, you can't understand that maybe some of the kids weren't vulnerable?
Do you know anything about these people? Do you know anything about?
Do you know anything about what it's like to be sexually molested?
Do you know their names? Do you know their names? Do you know their names? No, you don't.
Well, their names weren't published in the trial records. I have child A and child B to go off of. Boy 9, boy 10.
Have you spoken to their friends, their girlfriends, their aunts, their neighbors?
Have you?
Have you?
Have you done any of that? Have you done?
Well, then tell me what they say. I take it.
Any of that?
No, John, I have not, Mr. Expert. You're the only one that has.
That's why we had you call in.
That's why we're having you on the air.
So why don't you watch my videos online? Go to framingpaterno.com and the website. It's all there. There's more information about those 2 people who were the basis of the whole case. One of them is named Aaron Fisher. He wrote a book called Silent No More. I urge everyone to read the book Silent No More because it is hilarious. If you read the book, which I have done, and it's what's convinced me that Jerry Sandusky has to be innocent, and I've given this book out at a press conference to other members of the news media outside of a Jerry Sandusky appeal hearing. If you read that book and know anything about the case, you know Aaron Fisher is a fraud. And I'm not the only person that believes that. I have interviews with 13 people very close to him. Again, relatives, neighbors, friends, buddies of his who are still friends of his, who at the time of the allegation, these are people, girlfriends of his. They all know he's not telling the truth, and he's the whole case because it was him that they used to go to every one of these other possible accusers, including Mike McQuarrie, and they said, we've got this one guy, Aaron Fisher. He says, although he said it in different ways and contradictory fashion, and his story dramatically changed over time, he claims Jerry sexually abusing him. Did that ever happen to you? And they got hundreds and hundreds of no's, but they found one other yes. And then once the arrest happens and ESPN goes bananas and Joe Paterno gets fired, guess what? That is a guilty plea on behalf of Jerry Sandusky by Penn State University. And then Joe Paterno gets fired and dies, and now Jerry Sandusky is not just a pedophile, he's the pedophile that killed Santa Claus. Good luck getting a fair trial.
Did you just call Joe Paterno Santa Claus?
No chance. No
Worst
chance.
Santa Claus I've ever met. But all
right, John.
John.
No, hold on. Let me wrap this up. John, what are you currently working on? Are you just working on this and trying to? Obviously, you just kind of said you can't get a fair trial, so you can't get this overturned. You just
Well, the entire state of Pennsylvania, as well as the national news media, is totally invested in this Santa Claus myth about this story. There's Jerry Sandusky is going to die in prison. I've been saying this for years, and the truth of this matter is going to be largely, if not totally, lost because no one wants the truth. You'd rather. What's bizarre is you people would rather believe in a fairy tale where boys got sexually abused than the truth.
That's a terrible fairy tale, John. First of all,
John. Let's not downplay this and call it a fairy tale, okay?
Millions of dollars. That's what
all right.
happened here.
John, we all agreed this is time, and there's no way saying that we can't have this conversation again. But because of time, we have to let you go. I do appreciate.
Enjoy your fairy tale.
Okay, John, just
by the way,
relax.
Just so you know, there is no Santa Claus.
Okay, John.
Wait a minute,
John.
And also, Jerry Sandusky is innocent.
Okay, I appreciate it, John. One more question for you, real quick. Iowa is currently. Penn State's currently 6 points favored against Iowa this weekend at Happy Valley. Who do you like, Iowa to cover the spread or Penn State to win to cover the spread?
I couldn't give a damn. I hate Penn State. I despise Penn State.
So it takes.
So you're taking Iowa plus
the points?
Well, I hate Iowa too because of you morons on this show. I mean,
okay.
So I hate both
well, thank you.
Right.
We love you, John. I appreciate you coming on.
John, thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I honestly, another time we can continue this. I appreciate it.
Good luck with you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your fairy tale.
Yeah.
Well, that was John Ziegler, the biggest dope in the world.
Well,
I mean, all he did was yell for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's all right.
He. I think Andy from the Natty on the Facebook Live Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook Live comment said we gave him a platform. And he took it, and that's why he wanted to be on Twitter.
And that's fine, but that's fine.
He was follow his page.
It's not something that's relevant.
Here,
it's
you guys. Video. I listen. If this guy spent this much time on it, obviously I haven't spent this much time on it. The court records of what I read through, and just so everybody out there knows, these things that he's trying to debate with Mike McQuarrie, he's in trial saying these things. He's like, I told Joe Paterno, and Joe's response to him, well, my job is to figure out what we want to do. These are things in the court record. So if you need to look it up, these change of dates, these things like this, it doesn't matter. What he still never debated me through and what he could never disprove to me is Mike McQuarrie still saw this man having sex with a young boy. Yeah. All right, so a delusional moron. If that's the worst thing I'm going to get called, he almost cussed on air today.
He almost did. He almost lost it.
He came that close.
He doesn't like Iowa because of us morons.
That's all right.
Hey, you know what?
If me knowing what's wrong with the society and this guy Joe Paterno makes me a moron, I guess I'm dumb as I get.
Well, I'll tell you what. T-Roy, you handled yourself very well.
Thank you.
Very well. Good job.
I told you I would.
And it was interesting. Real quick before we go into our wrap up, the idea that he says that the man can't answer if he's attracted to little boys or not is the same as me asking John here if he has an anger management issue, because he's going to say no when clearly he's got an anger management issue.
Just screamed the whole time.
Yeah,
Turn my volume all the way
nuts,
down.
man.
That was really interesting. It's something different. Troy, way to find the guy, way to have him call in, and actually thank you for him to call in. The thing is this isn't relevant anymore. This man's going to die in jail. He did it, and this guy needs a platform. We gave it to him, and we don't have to do it again. But you can take this conversation, and you can have it with a friend at happy hour somewhere today.
You sure can.
Or if you go out tonight, you can go somewhere, and Serge is going to tell you who's at happy hour
T-Ray on the radio?
to make it happy hour that much more happy hour. Who's working your nightlife to make it that much more lit.
All
T-Ray,
right,
what do you got
fellas.
today?
Serge.
Oh, it's
Serge,
okay.
what do you
I'll
got?
do this one.
Yeah, I'm all,
You go ahead and take it, Serge.
Whew, crazy got to us there.
I'm all over.
Emily and Adam are going to be at Circle Tap tonight, and they have karaoke with Chad Bliss Kringle. Jessica Rushing's going to be at Pines from 4 to 8 tonight. Tiffany McMillan invites us to come to Radical Effects Brewworks for their kickoff at 5 p.m. for the roasted garlic stout. Food pairings by Chef Brandon, also available. Brandon Cole and Tiffany are going to be closing downtown Vance tonight. $3 margaritas, Long Island's, and Fireball. Sam Herkus and Z-Bar are going to be closing down the Danview. Chantel's going to be slinging drinks at Main Street Pub and Grub in Bluegrass. New ownership, great food, and her behind the bar, $5 beer to bomb all night long with great pizza as well. Lisa's going to be at happy hour at Bootleggers in the Village, and Victoria and Sam are closing it down. Sarah Carver invites us to come to Hey Brian's from 6 to 3, $3 Modelo, $3 green teas, $3 Fireball, and snacks at Sarah Carver, free chips and salsa from Lobo Salsa. Michelle's going to be at Driftwood for Sunday Fun Day. shout out for the weekend here. $4 burger basket, $3 you call it's half-price bottles of wine, half-price appetizers, and more. Taylor, my girl Taylor's going to be down at Frick's for happy hour. She's going to be there 3 to 8, but they have happy hour all day long. Will the Thrill and Courtney are going to be closing down Old Chicago tonight. Sarah Styles behind the bar, 2 to 7 at Grumpy's, $2 domestic bottle, $6 hot apple pie. Skip's doing his tequila thing from 3 to midnight at Rudy's in the East Village. Derek's going to be out at Tuggers in Port Byron with $1.50 cans of Busch Light. Happy hour starts at 9. Lobo Salsa, fresh made today, making deliveries. All you need, Kavanaugh's Hilltop, Pints, 1117, Pub 1848, Union, 525. Try it out. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to remind any of the kids out there listening, don't listen to what John said. Santa Claus is real, kids.
Very good. You guys have a hassle-free weekend. Thank you so much for this week. We will see you on Monday.
I love you, Quad Cities.
Woo!
Round Game 3 of the World Series tonight in Los Angeles. For Boston, Mookie Betts will not play second base, and manager Alex Cora tells ESPN Deportes J.D. Martinez should be able to play in the outfield with his sore right ankle. The Red Sox hold a 2-0 lead in the series. Rick Porcello on the mound. The Dodgers go with 24-year-old Walker Buehler. ESPN's Jessica Mendoza.
Walker Buehler's the dude, and you want to give him the ball in the most